A maze of warped trees, colored white and gray, stretches before you. And as you get closer, you can see it looks like the forest itself is made out of bone. You're unable to drive the war machines into the forest, so you park them and get out to take a closer look. Blood-red vines hang among the branches and creep along the ground, pulsing like veins. And you can see the shapes of humanoid bodies that have calcified and are embedded in the trees, merged with the roots and the limbs. They're covered with throbbing red fungal pods, which are also clinging to many of the vines and the trees and appear to be feeding on this bloody fluid that's coursing through the undergrowth. You don't see any obvious signs of life in the forest, though the thick canopy makes it quite dark, so it's hard to be certain. But as you peer in and feel a chill wind on your face, colder than what you'd expect pretty much anywhere in Avernus, you think you can hear whispers and even catch a glimpse of something moving for a brief moment. You don't have a precise location for Red Ruth, but you do see through the tree line that there are narrow paths here and there, wending deeper into the wood. What do you do?
Find a good place to park the vehicles or take a tour around and see how many entrances there should be, or like what's the best way to get in without, I don't know.
Alina, how about you send out Luna? Maybe she can scout over the treetops. If
I
there's
could try.
Visible,
as long as these trees aren't going to eat her.
no, over the treetops, not through, to see if there's any maybe like direction that we should go in, or visible paths, or...
Yeah, that's a good plan. Can I do that?
Okay. You can send Luna forth. She lifts off from your arm or your shoulder and flies into the air over this bone bramble forest, and she flies along. Are you just looking through the forest or around the tree line?
I'd say like over top to see if there's any like to see what the kind of layout is. Maybe like if it's like all just jam-packed, like there's only one path in, or what are we looking at?
So if you're looking through her eyes, she flies as far as she can while you're still able to see through her eyes. And everything that you're able to see seems to be very thick. The canopy is pretty impenetrable and difficult to see through. It just looks like these little just fingers and bones and things sticking up from the top of this forest.
Okay. So not much of a visual.
Can I
you
go
can
up to one of the skeletons? Oh.
Well, I was just going to say you can send her further if you just want feedback from her, but you wouldn't be able to look through her eyes.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see what we can get just from a look around.
So I'll say that she, you kind of see her disappear over the tops of these trees, and you have to wait for some time as your vision is sort of comes back to Alina's body. You can kind of still sense that she's out there somewhere, and it takes a little while, probably like it feels like about half an hour or something. And then finally you can sense that she's coming back to you again. And you do get the sense from her that she's found some kind of change or something notable, something that would correlate to what you are looking for.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Jean Lamont? Sorry.
I was gonna see if any of these skeletons would speak to me.
How do you do that?
Maybe just go up to one of them, say, "Hello, good sir." Yeah, maybe try and shake its hand.
So you kind of walk up to a couple of these trees in the tree line and try to interact with one of these sort of calcified corpses. It's not so much a skeleton. It looks, more like the skin has kind of molded into, it's like part of the tree. You're not really able to interact with it. It doesn't move. It seems like it's, just really part of the tree, almost like it was carved out of the tree. But it looks very real though. You notice that it's this kind of slender female creature with pointy ears, and it looks almost like it has long hair that is sort of moving upwards and also then kind of becomes part of the tree above it. But yeah, you don't get any response from it.
And I just do a quick scream into its head with message, just to double check.
Yeah.
Quick.
When you do that, the sound of wind that you can hear emanating from the forest sort of picks up a little bit, almost like something you've done has caused the forest to respond to some extent. It's almost like it's sighing outwards, like.
Ooh.
I do another message and I'm like, sorry for screaming. Nice to meet you.
Ethel, maybe we could ask for passage. We're here to see Red Ruth. We've been sent by her sister, Maggie. We come in peace.
Oh, we should bring the crate of boar meat.
Yeah, a bunch of definitely not rotten boar meat. I'll be like, yeah, we have an offering. I'll message again that we have an offering for Red Ruth from Mad Maggie if we could have a path through the forest.
You don't get a response any different to the one before, but something about this sound of wind that you can hear sounds menacing, ominous.
Great.
Did you mention there might be paths travelled through the forest that we see?
Yeah, when you poke your head in through the tree line, you think you can see what looks like a path, some kind of narrow path. You think if you kind of poke your head in a little way down, you can see another one, or maybe it's the same path. It looks like, yeah, there's some sort of trail in there.
Just one?
You're not sure. It's difficult to see.
Okay.
It could be multiple paths or one path.
I was gonna say, what did Luna fully bring back? Was there multiple entrances or anything? Any other details?
If you have Luna scout, yes. Okay, so you get the sense that she has found something, some kind of change in the canopy directly to the east from here. And also that some way further in that same direction along this tree line, if she's kind of flown around this forest, you get the sense that there may be openings here and there, maybe a couple of openings in that direction and also an opening or two to the south. You probably had to wait a fair bit of time for this information. Maybe it's been like an hour that you've been here for now.
Okay. I guess we just pick an entrance and...
Yeah.
Oh!
Shall we hide the vehicles first?
Meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, I thought he was counting picking who's going in. You go in this one.
No, it's just like, picking one path, like, itty bitty buddy bo.
Yeah.
So if you drive up some way in, say, this direction, you can find a location here where it looks like between two of these trees, there is a sort of a trail that almost comes all the way out. And if you want to find somewhere to sort of hide the vehicles around here, maybe give me a survival check.
My survival's not that good, friends. So
I will assist whoever's trying to look big for something because I want to have the golden doom when I return.
Yeah, okay.
If we're going around in hell, we gotta go in style, right?
Okay. I'll roll survival.
Okay.
And give myself
You can roll.
yeah,
with it.
guidance. And guidance.
Guidance.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're able to find a big cluster of rocks, only about like 100 feet from the tree line when you kind of drive up far enough. And you think that you could at least prevent these vehicles from being seen from, you know, a couple of directions. It'll help to hide them. You could sort of drive in there a little bit and get amongst these like big boulders that are just kind of sitting there in the desert. But yeah, not perfect, but better than nothing.
All right.
Sounds good. Take the keys.
All right, and so you want to head into this opening?
Let's do it.
Yes, but I will cast aid on everyone beforehand. Oh wait, 3 targets. Me, Ethel, and Alina.
And Mahkah will like to cast Pass Without Trace on us as well.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so after you cast some of these spells, you begin to make your way in between these trees and along this very, very narrow path and into these so-called bone brambles. These trails are very narrow. You can only walk in single file most of the time, and you can't really leave the paths. I mean, you could sort of try, but it would be very difficult and slow going. The brambles are almost impassable, and it's dark in here, and yeah, like I said, surprisingly cold. The canopy pretty much blots out the sky, and as you enter here, you can hear even more so than before whispers everywhere. And as you progress, each of you keeps thinking like, "What was that?" Oh, you see like some shadow moving in between the brambles some distance away, almost like ghosts or something.
Ooh, I got goosebumps.
And also, Batcat is currently alive, so Luna and Batcat are alive. Also, Ethel, your portent rolls from the last session, Rain rolled them. They are 7 and 11. And you also have a spellbook, Ethel. Feanor's spellbook, which should be in your inventory.
I was just muted. I'm talking. Thank you.
No worries.
I keep forgetting that I muted myself. Because normally, like in Discord, I'm supposed to talk, and so I just simply forget.
That's alright. Happens to
Push the
everyone.
button.
Yeah, so Feanor's spellbook has like a whole bunch of spells in here, many of which you're probably not yet skilled enough to learn, but who knows, save them for the future. And I also wanted to give inspiration to Mahkah for like sitting back in the Bloodied Axe Tavern and asking about like what's going on, like what can I see happening in this tavern.
Okay.
So, as you head through here, what's your marching order?
Kensei's always first, let's be honest.
Yeah, you gotta be close.
I tried going first a few times and that did not end well for me, so I can go after.
Mahkah would like to be at one of the bookends, either towards the front behind Kensei or at the rear.
Okay.
Put the squishies in the middle.
Ethel's good being solidly in the middle.
So if Mahkah takes the rear as well, Mahkah's also got some chalk on him as well.
Ooh.
He would
Okay.
like to just make a little symbol, just a little marking on the tree. Chalk doesn't hurt the tree; it'll just wear off in time, or it's just a little marking.
Okay, so what color is the chalk?
Good question. I've got a 10-pack. It's a Crayola 10-pack. It's very
What color do you want it to be?
Well,
He's just taking all 5 and like.
Well, these trees are like kind of white and like a light sort of purpley color. But I guess it would be if it's sort of medieval chalk, like probably like a sort of a black, like a charcoal color. I guess I don't know anything about it. Chalk.
I was actually looking for charcoal. I mean, like the actual black, and then I realized they've actually got chalk instead of charcoal.
It's probably the same.
Oh, look,
I think.
I'm easy.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I had like various ways of making different colored things. Anyway, yeah, we'll say you can do that. Whatever the color of these trees are, you can make a symbol that you can see again. Is it a big symbol that you can easily spot, or would you have to kind of know the look of the tree?
No, it's not a massive sign. It's not like a big smiley face. It's just, at markers, just below eye level, and he'll gesture to JL that he's doing these as well, to his other party members in case they need to retreat.
I just realized that marker is a marker. I don't think I ever noticed that before. All right, well, as you put this symbol on the tree, again, similar to the response that Ethel received previously, you hear almost the entire forest sigh. And some of the trees seem to kind of move a little bit. But nothing else happens. And,
I'll definitely keep an eye on that. If Mahkah realizes that it's, he'll definitely keep. If he's disrupting them too much, he might change his plan.
Okay.
Do we feel?
Yep. Go ahead.
Is there a sense of any mind influencing effects as we're walking?
How would you detect that?
Do we feel kind of foggy or like in awe? Do we feel sleepy? Do we feel scared, I guess?
If you ask, I can ritual cast detect magic. And then
Ooh.
I can see what's going on in here. I forgot I had that spell.
Cool.
So I do a little tiny subtle country line dance as we're walking.
I think you probably have to. I don't think you can do it while you're walking. You probably have to stop you got to do like a ritual. And how long does it take? Like 11 minutes or something?
I think it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just saying, you'd probably. I think you'd have to stop to do a ritual. Everyone would have to kind of stop on this path, and you can sort of try to squeeze a ritual on this path to cast detect magic.
Quick ritual?
Just a quick ritual.
Just a quick casual ritual in the middle of a scary forest.
As you're casting this ritual, you're kind of chanting these arcane words. They're kind of reverberating through the trees, and this kind of energy is swirling around you. All of you feel some kind of presence suddenly, and it's coming from both directions on the path, and also coming from like within the trees themselves, like through the thick bone brambles themselves. And suddenly the darkness is lit up by this glowing white light that is coming from 3 different directions.
If this is a menacing presence, I would immediately maybe stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Marcus got chalky fingers up. He's like, hey.
Well, you can okay, well, whether or not this is menacing or not is maybe up to you, but as you watch this bright light kind of approach you, it sort of fades a little bit, enough for essentially these ethereal humanoid shapes to appear. They look like spirits of some kind. And they begin speaking. The one before you begins speaking in a strange language that would definitely seem familiar, especially to Alina, and probably Jean Lamour, maybe. What languages do you speak?
I can speak Common, Sylvan, Radis, but I have universal speech.
Interesting.
Ooh.
So it looks like no one can speak Fae.
Sylvan Fae.
So who said that?
Sylvan is the Fae language.
Oh, sorry, Sylvan. Okay, yes, Jean Lamour. So you're the only one. So maybe you were, as part of learning magic from Signore Canzone, she perhaps insisted that you also learn the ancient magical language of the Fae, the Sylvan language. Thank you, Rain. And you hear this, what looks like this spirit speaking before you, and it just says, "We remember. We want to feel. You can feel."
You wish to feel us? Like to touch us?
Whoa, wait a minute.
You hear the spectre behind you also whisper in a similar way. "The wonders of life. Remind us of the wonders of life."
How would
say?
Okay, Jean-Lamour will tell them what the spirits are saying. It seems like they want to feel us. I don't know what that means. I'd like to ask them, how would you feel us?
Just a taste. Yes,
You want to eat us?
give us a taste.
I think they want to eat us.
Wait, they
Like
they
how
want-
much?
they want
We
to feel the wonders of life.
remember. We remember what it was like. We want to feel what it was like. Yes.
So it sounds like they want to feel some kind of like love or memory or something that makes them feel alive again. So I mean, if you want to have sex with them, be my guest. But
Ethel wiggles through eyebrows.
Maybe.
Kensei, are you into that?
I will.
These aren't undead looking, right? They're not like something I'd be scared of as like a not liking undead.
They look like ghosts. The ghost that you can see ahead looks like the ghost of a woman with again, she looks very similar to the calcified bodies that you've seen. You think you can see these kind of pointed ears and this long hair that's kind of flowing around her. And the creature behind you looks like a male, but otherwise very similar. They don't seem to be holding anything, and it looks almost, it's hard to see what they're dressed in. They're very kind of, ethereal, coming in and out of form.
Can I hug one?
I was about to say, Jean Lamour, how about you translate, can we have a dance and maybe put on a very, like a tune for us to like waltz through the Borny Brambles. Maybe that's what we do.
Okay, yeah.
Music is the language of souls.
Yes, absolutely. Jean will explain and maybe start a gentle waltz on his lute and pair off.
Let's dance.
I approach the one that the female looking one and ask for a hand, and we'll try to dance our way through the
All right, I'll take a guy.
dance our way.
She kind of moves back a little bit at first, and then suddenly kind of envelops you and holds you and does in fact dance with you to this music. At one point, she sort of dances into the trees and you're like, you're unable to walk through the trees. She's able to like pass through the trees, but she kind of comes back swirling around you and sort of like you're kind of dancing and she's just like swimming around you. And the other 3 spirits are doing the same thing. Give me a performance check, Jean Lemore.
Ooh. Okay. Oh,
you
God,
can give me a
don't fail
performance check
now.
with advantage, seeing as we've also got people
We're all
dancing, people giving hugs.
Love the hugs. Hugs today. I'm hugging everything.
In a lovely mood.
After
Good
this
mood
song
today.
comes to its conclusion, the spirits pull back from their dancing partners. The one that's hugging Alina sort of lingers a moment. And they begin sort of moving backwards. Yes, we remember. We feel. Thank you.
Beautiful,
And they drift
beautiful.
backwards and sort of
wait.
disappear.
Have you seen Red Roof?
As they're sort of dissipating, you still can hear them whispering, and one of them does say, "Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going."
Okay. Very good.
The
This
one-
is Brambles.
The one who took our lives is further in.
Oh. Oh.
Please seek revenge on our behalf. And it disappears.
Okay.
I got goosebumps again.
Well, we reminded them of life, and now we remind them of death.
Onwards.
I was fully prepared to roll like a performance check for dancing for Kenway.
That was great. That was awesome.
And plus, this soundtrack, these whispers in the soundtrack.
I know. That's why I got goosebumps. Shit.
So as you
It's
continue
daylight.
on a little bit further into the wood, you find yourself soon at a point in the path where it splits, and it looks like it splits into 3 different directions. And these paths have been sort of winding around. Some of you were kind of spinning around when you were having a dance, and many of you are feeling a little bit kind of uncoordinated, or about exactly like your orientation in terms of where you came in and where, like, you know, which part of the forest is which. You're not exactly sure like which of these directions to move in. Does somebody want to pick a direction? Does anyone have a good sense for navigation?
Well, Mark is. I would say if we've done that, Mark would have just referred to his last point, his chalk marking, to like, okay, we've came in that direction.
Would the
We're going-
map
we're
of
facing that
shortcuts
way.
help us? No? Maybe?
I think it will.
Oh.
Back with shortcuts.
You can try the map of shortcuts if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that.
I'm not saying it'll work, I'm just saying you can try it.
Yeah, we can try.
Good to try.
It's something. Okay.
Remember the DC's 20 because of the evil magic of Avernus interfering with the power of the map case.
And he'll like to give himself guidance again.
Oh, can I give a bardic inspo?
Yeah,
As
you can do
well?
that, of course.
Okay.
Alright, you got this.
I was just gonna say, eeny, meeny, miny.
Ha!
Nice.
We're
Okay,
a team.
so it should like halve the time. Is that what it basically does?
I'm just gonna have a quick read again because I believe it can show you the path.
Yeah, I think it gives you advantage on a survival check, I think.
So I'll just call out.
And then it saves you time, I believe. Yes. I think in this case, because it's just literally a decision of which of these three paths to check, and you've gone back and like looked at this mark, so you're pretty well oriented now. It's still a little bit confusing because of how much these paths wind around, and of course you don't know if like one of them is going to be a dead end or like where it, could loop back in the other direction. But you pull out this map, this magical map kind of like solidifies in your hand as you draw it out. And it pretty much has, it's just an image of this exact like fork in the road, and it just tells you to take the far right path. And you're just able to follow that path, so I won't get you to make a survival check for that one.
Okay.
Nice.
Mahkah gives Alina a fist bump. Bang. Bang.
you.
Do a blessing. Bang.
Yes.
That one in.
It's all you, map man. Map portal. Sorry.
So you take the right path and you continue along this narrow winding path. It does seem to kind of loop around back and then kind of loop around to the right again, and it's a very winding path. And soon you come to another intersection, which is going in two different directions. This one. So give me a survival check for this one to pick. See if you can have a sense for which one might be the best one to go down.
Okay,
of
so
us?
just
Anyone who wants to, just one person.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Mr.
I'll definitely do that.
You can assist.
So I'm just reading, checking my travel through the map area. Okay. No, I thought there was a time limit with the map case, like it lasts for an hour. And it,
I'm going to say in this case it doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't give you any more of a map that tells you where to go here.
easy. Survival.
But you do have a good feeling that you, with this magic map case, have probably saved yourself some time.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. It's a tall.
Nice. Okay. You pick the left path, and you continue along this path for some time, and there are a couple of more paths. This time you kind of feel like you're you just have a sense now after like leaving a couple of marks and kind of choosing a couple of paths of which direction the center of this bone bramble forest is likely to be. And so you become pretty confident, Mahkah. And although you have several more choices, several more forks in the road, you're pretty quick to pick a path each time. And you continue on through these brambles until the path begins to widen a little bit. And it becomes a little bit wider here. You're able to walk maybe 2, even 3 across at times. And you begin to hear something from up ahead. It sounds like this strange, raspy coughing or clucking, gnashing of teeth. And it reminds you very much of the infernal chickens that you saw at Fort Knucklebone. And you come around a corner, and soon you come to a small clearing, which is at the center of this maze-like bone brambles. And here, you Alina, you feel like this is like Luna kind of gives you a feeling like this is the location that she was trying to communicate about before, in the center of the bone brambles. And yeah, you can see the sky here, the red sky. It's just sort of visible again between these pale and bloodied branches. Though it's still very dim, of course. And this clearing is looking a little bit concerning. There are bones and skulls littering the ground, various kinds of strange and unidentifiable litter, broken glass and pottery, and rotting animal carcasses, and the air is buzzing with flies. And the clearing is dominated by a cave-like hovel. And as you enter this clearing cautiously, you can see that this hovel, it looks like it's made out of skin. Made out of humanoid skin. You've seen this kind of skin several times now, often used to make contracts and things. And this skin and this hovel that has like, there are hundreds of bones and body parts that are like hanging by pieces of twine from parts of this hovel over the entrance in particular, and also from posts that are sticking out of the ground throughout this clearing. And beside the hovel is the source of this clucking, gnashing, and coughing sound. There's this large pen there, which is like encircled by this rusty barbed wire fence. And it looks like there's like 100 or so infernal chickens moving around in this pen. And as you enter this clearing, you see movement from within the hovel through this sort of cave-like entrance. And someone emerges from this entrance. This person is like an elderly humanoid woman who has like almost greenish pale skin, almost corpse-like but kind of greenish, and she's very filthy and has this like long matted hair, and she's wearing these rags that are like stained with blood, and these rags sort of lead downwards to what appears to be like a dress that she's got, I guess it's a skirt from the waist down, which is made of what appear to be stitched together bones. And she has like a necklace around her head. And it looks like there are skulls, like small human skulls, probably the skulls of infants, that are tied onto this necklace. And they're kind of, as she emerges, you think you can hear them like singing, just faintly, like some kind of nursery rhymes, like in various different languages. And she kind of like looks at yours. She's got these like, she sort of bares her teeth in this big grin. She's like, welcome. I've been expecting you.
Oh. Will we come bearing gifts from your sister?
Yes, I know. She looks at these crates that you're carrying. I can smell them from miles away.
Aged boar meat.
Smells fresh.
Ooh.
Please, put the crates here.
Okay.
For my
I like
infernal
shove Kensei
chickens.
forward.
He will drop off the crates where she asked.
She kind of has this gnarled sort of wooden cane. She's a bit hunched over. She kind of taps the ground where she's like indicating to put the crates like next to the hovel. Yes. These are for the infernal chickens. They like them a little bit aged.
Oh, good.
Please, you must come inside now that you're here. And you kind of notice at this point that there's like a little chimney on the top of this hovel and there's some smoke coming out of it.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
As I said, I've been expecting you.
We must enter to be polite. I love you.
No need to be polite.
I think so, Alina.
I'm like eyeing the children heads.
As she speaks, actually, they almost sort of turn in your direction and they appear to be sort of echoing some of the things that she says in different languages in these high-pitched little children's voices.
Actively following the chalk marks out. See the cars.
See you guys later.
Have a good time.
Okay, let's go in.
Now. She kind of looks at Alina, has this expression. I mean, of course, you're not actually doing this, but you certainly have an expression of concern and disgust. Don't be so hasty to judge. I can smell the evil on all of you. I can sense the suffering and the pain that follows you. Yes.
She has a point there.
Perfectly.
Lulu's like hovering there, like.
There was that child, that one in the Alina.
She wasn't a child. She was a teenager. I didn't hurt her. The old woman did. She was still alive the last time I saw her. And I rescued Covered Baby too. So make that for her.
This filthy old lady is like standing there, and she almost looks like she's getting excited as you're telling these stories, as you're recalling these events, like as if she's just hungrily like eating it up. She's like, yes, I can see these things. Recently, even the murder that you committed for sheer profit. The lack of qualms about death and violence. And even I smell the flesh that you have tied to your war machines.
Evil.
I mean, under that description, Alina, are you so different from her?
Exactly. Yes, that is why you should come inside and sit down.
Mine's not talking children heads.
I think Ethel's just kind of like, another filthy old lady. We are the same. Like, just deeply curious about everything that's happening here.
Busting out tea, like
really,
have tea.
Yeah, she's like really eyeing the baby skulls, and everyone's like, because she's like, is there a utility to those, or like, are they just stylish? Like,
They tell me things. Now come, I can tell you things. She kind of turns around and hobbles inside, and you can follow her in. And as you get like closer to this hovel, you can see it looks like the ceiling inside is strung with garlands made of bloody entrails, and they're sort of dripping on the beaten earth within. Drips of
These
blood.
are lovely house, madame.
I'm pulling my hood up. Fucking gross.
And Lulu like hesitates. She like lands on the ground and sort of like sniffs at the ground with her trunk and sniffs around in this hovel. It's very dark in there. She's like, And Red Ruth just like turns around slowly and looks at Lulu. She's like, you are not so different either, little celestial. You enjoy killing just as much as your friends do. And Lulu's like, I guess that's true. She looks like ashamed. She's like,
Lulu having a midlife crisis.
it's like, I have been worried about doing evil to achieve good, and I do admit that skin and the head on the war machine, they kind of scare me. The lines become blurred sometimes between good and evil, and I don't know though, I think killing demons is okay. They're like purely evil, you know? They just want to destroy and cause suffering. And I do long to help the people of Elturel, and I just want to remember what happened and to help my friends, my new friends and my old friends. But it's true, I do recognize that this is selfish. And I am complicit in that murder of Feanor. That did feel wrong to me. It was basically an assassination.
Yeah, pick her up, pat her on the head, tuck her under my cloak, and be like, it's fine.
Red Ruth's like, you'll get used to it. You should just accept it. Run with it. It feels good, yes. Now come in. So you can come in here. You see, it's like modest dwelling. There's like furniture in here. Some of it looks like it's made out of bones and rotting wood and stuff like that. There's actually wood in here, but it looks very, very old. There's like desks and shelves that are like covered in all kinds of strange objects, like bottles and potions and like skulls and preserved snakes and things like that. And there's various candles all over the place. Melted candles everywhere. Keep this room lit. And as you kind of see this as you head in. It's very dark at first, as I said, and then you kind of get into this little room in the back. And it looks like she sleeps in here as well. There's like a bed in here that has these like filthy, like just, it looks like the sheets are just blackened with like dirt and mud and blood. They haven't been like washed in like a century practically, and it just stinks in here. It's filthy. It's just absolutely putrid. Some of the worst smells that you've ever smelt. Bodily fluids, excrement, rotting meat. How do you feel about this, Alina? And there's a big cauldron in the middle of this room. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Ethel's just like casually poking around the furniture, being like, "How do you get the bones to stay together? Are they wired?"
Perhaps you'd like to stay for a while. I haven't had a sister in some time, ever since Betty the bitch died.
Many sisters are troublesome, aren't they?
Yes, ever since that happened, Maggie and I have been estranged, but we still keep in touch. I send her infernal chickens, and she sends me boar meat. Recently, I've been able to make use of Belle's fancy new transporters. Those, that ship from Elturel.
Oh.
To send my infernal chickens.
This is the flying imp. No.
Yes, the flying imp or the bobbing gimp or something like that.
Bobbing Imp.
Bobbing imp.
Ah, yes. Yes, I know a lot of things, but I can never remember the name of that shit. But yes, old Globwick, my boggle slave, takes these infernal chickens to my sister. But anyway, that's neither here or there.
She kind of moves around some of these like cluttered shelves and things and moves behind this big cauldron, big black cauldron that's on this like hearth in the middle of the room. And this cauldron has this, green, bubbling, disgusting, putrid stuff in it. And there's all this like smoke coming up and going through this like smoke hatch in the roof out the chimney. And she kind of picks up this big wooden, like oar-like spoon, sort of stirs the pot.
So, what can I do for you?
We are here to ask if you would have some knowledge as to where some items are.
Yes. Visitors from all over the multiverse travel to Avernus to hear my divinations and sample my mystic brews. Of course I knew you would ask me questions. Well, go on, ask away.
We are after yes. This psychomorphic core. What else is it? A
Sadioran transducer.
Sadioran transducer?
And a Zemnidian imager.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I can tell you the location of these things, perhaps, but unfortunately, I'm out of one of the most important ingredients. I am out of blood. There is not enough blood in this mix that I'm making. She continues stirring this pot.
They'll just like step
Perhaps I
forward
could have
like a
some
little
of
secret and
yours.
it's like, wait a second. Yeah. Wait, how much?
Yes, how much blood is needed?
Perhaps A pint or two?
Whoa!
What type of blood are we talking about?
What kind of blood are you thinking?
I do have a vial of boiling blood.
Boiling blood? From the lake?
Yes.
Yes.
The lake.
Yes, that would do nicely. I can use that. That
Ooh.
is excellent. A very powerful, magically imbued blood.
You give her this vial of boiling blood. She kind of cackles as she pours it in.
Have they done the right
Pot
thing?
kind of explodes. Like, all this like sparks go everywhere, and all this like this thick smoke clouds throughout the room, and kind of like gets like soot on everyone, and makes you all cough.
She says, pick a location, and what would you like? What would you like to know? Pick one. I'll tell you a location, but each location will come at a price. Yes. Something important. Something valuable to you. Or something shameful, perhaps, or horrible. Or just interesting. Or, of course, something very powerful. I'll also accept soul larvae, if you have any.
Ooh, what is a soul larvae?
Oh, you don't know what a soul larva is? It's an excellent ingredient for a lot of different spells and such. They appear in various places throughout Baldur. They are very lowly form.
Okay.
She's gonna tell us where something is, like a location on the map.
Yes, what would you like to know?
Wandering Emporium.
Wandering Emporium. yeah.
As she continues stirring this pot, she's like, looking into the pot. She's like,
Yes, I think I see the Wandering Emporium. It's funny, I get a lot of travelers asking me for that place. So, what have you got to pay me?
We just gave you a vial of blood.
That was an
Would you send
ingredient, a necessary ingredient.
But it was payment.
It was not payment.
Come on. It was very special blood.
I could not do any of this without that blood. It is necessary for my scrying.
You says that maybe a piece of information may be sufficient. Something interesting.
Yes, something interesting. What is it?
My-
Something you know.
My father, the king of the rats beneath the city, was born with 11 toes.
This is not sufficient. You yourself do not feel enough shame. It is your father that feels this shame. If you want to tell me a secret such as that, perhaps you have one of your own. In fact,
she like narrows her eyes and stares at you.
No.
I think you do. I think I can see one brewing, just like this, just like this mixture is brewing.
I'm gonna look down at my feet. And can I tell you this very quietly?
No, I wish your shame to be as palpable as possible. There is something about you, some kind of regret, some kind of shame, something to do with a cat, a tabaxi, perhaps? Yes, tell me this. Air your shame in front of all of your friends. I will
My
accept that
friends.
as payment.
Please do not judge me so harshly. But I have had many fantasies. Many fantasies about doing things with tabaxis.
And as you say this, she begins like moving her kind of gnarled fingers, these long claws around, like as if like drawing some kind of energy from you. And you actually see this kind of greenish, blackish steam, like sort of coming out of you. And she like draws it towards her and sort of spins it around in the air, and then as it's spinning, she like picks up this vial next to her and kind of draws it into this vial and puts like a cork in the top.
Yes, I'll keep that for later.
Puts it on a shelf.
These sisters are messed up.
She says, the Wandering Emporium.
And she like looks into this brew again.
I can see it, yes. Next time you see it, it will be here. It will be near the lake of boiling blood. Yes. In the contra disward way from the Stygian Dock. Do you have a map, perhaps? I can mark it on the map.
Mark is ready with his pen and map to mark this spot.
Yes, this pen is okay. Have you tried writing in blood? It's
I
much
use
nicer.
it for special occasions. Special occasions.
Yes, I understand. Blood can be hard to come by sometimes. Next time you go to this location, you will find there the Wandering Emporium.
Oh, glad it's there. I thought it was going to be on the other side where we came from. It was like 5 miles away!
Didn't we need to ask her about something else? The
Mordenkainen?
Oh, maybe.
There's location of Mordenkainen. There's also to confirm the location of JL's beloved.
Yes. Acentus.
Do we have enough stuff?
I
Just
also have
message
things to
Gail.
sell, if you would like. I have various potions brewed from blood and other lovely substances. These, you can buy each of these most of them for a soul coin. But some of the rare potions for 2 soul coins.
She kind of indicates these cupboards that have all of these potions and things sitting on them. And you can actually buy any potion, any common or uncommon potion for a soul coin, and any rare potion for 2 soul coins.
Just while you're thinking about what else to ask me.
I want to message JL and just, is it worth it to just ask about the sword?
Remember, if you message, she can see you doing this. Like, you have to actually speak the words.
Yeah. Well, but she can't hear the words that I'm saying, right?
She can see you, I guess,
tell
sort
that
of.
I'm casting message.
Yeah. I'll just say she sort of grins at you while you do this.
I think I like smile at her and I'm like, listen, you gotta negotiate. We're working out our what we're willing to sell.
Of course.
Oh, I'm gonna do this sort of motion, I don't know.
And would she know anything about breaking the curse we need to break at the Demon Zapper?
Yeah, we need to find
What would you like to know? How to break the curse? Which curse?
Ooh, isn't she chained up and stuck there or something? Because of the wire?
she needs us to go get the weapon from Archon the crew.
Oh, yeah.
Confirm. We have an idea. It's right next to the somewhere around this big skull thing on the map, but we might want to hit with a confirmation of where he is.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I can't remember the exact details. Because you were too busy flirting with her or some shit.
It worked. Right now I'm trying to think of what would be worthwhile to say. That might help us along with our kind of like quest for a lot of information.
You, Tiefling, you had a dark secret, but it has already been made known. Resolved. Perhaps you have something that you could give me.
Something, and as she's like looking at you, she says,
Wait a minute.
that! I know that! She points at the shield
Shield.
of
Oh,
the Hidden Lord.
The shield of the Hidden Lord. That contains Gargoth. Yes. Yes, once the Archduke of Avernus. I know all about that creature. How strange to see it in your possession. What is it doing here?
Oh, you know, it fell into my hands because a couple of idiots trying to make other arrangements with him. He's trying to get himself free. You know, the usual.
I wasn't speaking to you, I was speaking to it. And it is replying, just be patient, would you?
I'll just turn my head away from her and just go, fine.
Yes, yes. Yes, Gargoth ruled. After Tiamat, don't you know?
This is my law. It's not, this ain't canon.
Alright.
did he come before Zariel?
Yes. You see, Tiamat once ruled Avernus, but Asmodeus demoted her for failing to maintain order among the devils. He actually made her his personal guard, and he made Gargoth the Archduke. But then Gargoth was overthrown by Bel.
Oh.
But then, this clever little pit fiend here went to the material plane to seek power, killed the demon god, Astaroth, and assumed his role. Pretended to be a demon god, and took all of his cultists and his power, and allied with several other dark gods, including Bane and Baal, Loviator and Telona. And they tried to invade Hell and kill Asmodeus. But the invasion failed and Gargoth was captured. And given an option between a contract or death. And it looks like he took the contract to corrupt 1,000,000 souls, if I remember correctly from what I've been told by my other clients. And Bel forged this shield and cast it into the material plane to do the task. I believe Gargoth has already helped bring at least 3 cities into Avernus. Yes, a very naughty boy.
Fine, it is true. So what?
What were these other cities?
Cities, various names that escape me now, from what I've been told. Ancient cities. There has not been a city brought here for some time. But actually, that area around the boiling lake of blood, I remember hearing that there was once a city chained to Avernus, somewhere in that area.
That explains those big chains. What do we do with this Gargoth?
Free me.
I would like to see what madness ensues if that were to occur.
So we gotta decide what we want to ask.
I think, yes. I think we have some of those places where Mary Bell is, the wizard, and was there something else?
We want to verify the spot of the old person.
Old Trek?
Yes.
Which person?
We just wanted to see if we could verify where he was, because we were guessing, right?
Archon, do you mean?
I guess?
Oh, Archon.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, who's this Boldrick? What did I miss?
I don't know.
There is an Uldrak, but I left him out of the story.
Oh.
It makes me suspicious that you're metagaming.
Oh no. Kensei said that.
I said Archon.
Archon?
Yeah.
Uldrak.
Correct if I know. Aldrak.
A titan.
Oh.
Defeated. Left in the form of a devil. As punishment.
Nice.
I can tell you where Uldrak is. If you wish to know.
More problems.
It is said to have access to a powerful magic item. An orb that can call dragons to it. Yes. Good to know such things.
Yes.
We
We got potions.
Sorry, when I said Titan, I meant Empyrean. I used to call them Titans when I was a child and couldn't shake the habit.
So how do we bargain for this information?
What do you have?
Pieces of cactus?
No,
Silver?
something valuable.
Ethel holds out the vial of goop that I collected in our first session. Like, no, wait. It's too powerful.
Are you trying to mislead her?
I think Ethel thinks it is too powerful.
She just looks at it. She's
I
like,
had this in my inventory the entire time.
What is that, demon Ica?
No, it's much more powerful than that.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Carved bone statuette? Flask of holy water?
But you, actually, Ethel, you were responsible, you think, perhaps, for the death of someone. Yes, I can see it.
Oh.
A young girl.
Ooh.
You paid her to die.
You're looking for things that we are ashamed of, right?
Not necessarily. Anything valuable?
Secrets?
Anything horrible?
Or
Powerful
maybe?
items, perhaps.
Please. Ethel. We won't judge, but if you tell her, I could maybe see my Mary Bell again.
as Reagan the player does not remember what we're talking about. We've been playing for a long time. Sure, Ethel's willing to share. Reagan does not know what's going on.
If you have forgotten the death of Ambra, the maid in the Van Thampa villa, after you paid her 7 platinum pieces to keep lookout, then it is clearly not important enough to you to warrant something shameful.
This feels like it was Alina's fault. I feel like that's what I'm remembering.
Yes. Yes, you, she points at Alina. You also were responsible. You chained her to a bed, if I can see correctly.
Manacles.
Right, very ashamed. Ethel is very ashamed of this memory.
No, I have extracted this myself. This is not sufficient payment.
Oh no!
I didn't dare to stay
That
there.
was a long time ago. Oops, alright. Yep. Oopsie daisy, face of the night. Oops.
What other terrible things have I done?
How do you feel? How do you claim shame to a character that really doesn't feel too much shame?
It is not only shame, as I say. What have you...
She looks at all of your backpacks and points at the bag of holding.
You must have something good in there. I
How about
can
an amulet
smell a great deal of magic about you.
How about an amulet that lets you control a powerful creature?
What sort of amulet is that?
I pull out the shield guardian amulet.
She kind of... Do you give it to her to look at?
I mean, I pull it out, yeah.
She sort of sniffs at it.
No, the shield guardian associated with this amulet is no longer active. This is useless to me.
How about a Levistus pendant?
Potion of gaseous form?
A potion, you say?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I'll take a potion.
All right. How many potions do we have here?
1. I got antitoxin.
Not powerful enough.
I'll pull out the spell scroll of the Cone of Cold. And offer that to her.
Interesting. A spell scroll. I will tell you some information for at least 2, for I cannot learn such a spell. It is not the kind of magic that I deal in, although I could sell it to a future customer. For 2 scrolls, I will tell you something.
I have a scroll of tongues.
Tongues? Yes, that will do. I will accept these 2 scrolls.
Okay.
All right, so we have offers for a potion of gaseous form and 2 scrolls. All right, we're making progress.
So she'll take the 2 scrolls and...
What would you like to know for the 2 scrolls?
I was gonna recommend your partner.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's all.
Thank you.
Names are hard.
The beautiful, the lovely, the tone deaf, Mary Bell.
Oh, you've
Yes,
seen her.
I can see her. Flying, snatched out of her song. Flown through the air towards...
She continues stirring this big cauldron and looking into its murky liquid.
Yes, disward they went, towards a place of darkness, of chaos. Yes, I can see it is a place called the Storm Shroud. A perpetual thunderstorm
Ooh.
that exists just north. Whoop, not north. Sorry, I am not from Avernus myself. From the Feywild originally. She was taken north to this storm shroud. It is near the pit of Shumrath. I will mark it on your map. In there is a mountain. I can see it in this bubbling liquid. A mountain called the Crown of the Tempest. Yes, if you go in there, if you wish to find Maribel, you can brave the storm shroud, climb the Crown of the Tempest. And she is... I cannot see more than that. There is something blocks my vision. But yes, I am certain she is in there. I can see that is where she went. Here, I will mark it on your map.
Is she still alive?
I think so.
Oh,
Yes. But suffering and afraid.
oh no.
Here is the storm shroud.
Thank you.
My displeasure. As my sister Mad Maggie used to say.
All right.
What else do we need to know?
Archon the Cruel?
I will tell you of the location of Archon the Cruel for this potion of gaseous form. That will do.
You.
Okay. She will mark the location of Archon the Cruel. Archon's tower. Wait a minute, where is the exact location of this tower?
The cauldron confuzzles me. It tells me everything, but nothing I need.
Yes, I guess it must be this thing.
This here is a depiction of Archon's tower. Near the monument to Tiamat. This giant skull here. Yes, but Archon, I get a sense that not only do you wish to see him, but he wishes to see you. What a fateful meeting that will be.
How does he know of us?
It seems that you stole from Tiamat herself.
Remember the Dungeon of the Dead 3? We cut they stole from Tiamat her cult, and we kind of stole from them.
You see, we'll have to prepare a bit before we go see him.
Oh, we got a lot of shopping list to do before we go hiding off in that location.
You know, there is actually an easier way. If you do wish to go to the Wandering Emporium, to get back on that side of the river, I'll tell you for free that there are old Fey portals in the Bone Brambles that connect to the other half of the Bone Brambles, far in the Contra Abysswood Way. It's split, you see. When I and my sisters brought it here, we came seeking suffering and knowledge. In Bartor, a wonderful place, particularly for suffering. Not so much for knowledge, I found, but anyway. You can use these Fey portals. They no longer go elsewhere, but they connect the two pieces of the Bone Brambles, so-called East and West. Yes. I can give you a small vial, which will help you identify those portals. I give it to you for free.
Ooh.
Would you like such a thing?
Yes, please.
Yeah, she kind of begins rummaging around in her shelves. Pulls out this little vial.
Here you go. It's made of urine with fingernail clippings and hairs and scabs and earwax and snot, of course. It will glow when you near a Fey crossing. Yes. Deep within the bone brambles you can find such things. And that will also help you take a shortcut to Archon the Cruel if that is where you go, for I know of a place that others have forgotten. Near the bone brambles, I have seen it in my wanderings. It is known as the Archers of Ulok. If you walk through there, it'll take you anywhere you want to go in Avernus. Although I should warn you that the magic there is old and decayed, and it may be unstable to pass through, unwise to frequent those portals. But anyway, do with that as you will.
Do you mind marking these arches on the map?
Certainly. The things I do for free. You give me a good feeling. All the murder that you have done.
All the tripping of old ladies.
The what now?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I love the tripping of old ladies.
Listen, sometimes there's one of us that you just don't like, okay? I did not like that one lady.
Yeah, see, this is worth it. It was a distraction, and she was pissed. She came back for revenge. It's fine. I learned my lesson.
Did you?
I haven't tripped you yet, Ethel.
I know you've tried. Just a little too fast.
Oh, we also want to know where Mordenkainen or Mephistopheles are.
The wizards. Yes, I can tell you that.
Ooh. I have a blunt dagger.
We have a couple scrolls left in the bag of holding. Does any of us care for spell scroll of Speak with Dead, spell scroll of Non-Detection, spell scroll of Watery Sphere, spell scroll of Wall of Light?
Ooh.
I will take all of those scrolls for one location. One of the wizards, I will tell you.
Ooh, a lot of scrolls for one location.
I've just given you some free information. Take what you can get.
Free!
I mean, I haven't even realized they were here, but yeah.
No, I think Ethel's like, what if I told you something instead? Something truly horrible.
I'm listening.
Ooh. I mentioned the sister that I have.
Yes.
I know you had an interesting relationship with yours. We ran into her in El Turel, and I think Ethel like looks at the rest of the party and is like lowering her voice like a little bit. Like, she was part of the cult that brought the city here, and she's made me start to wonder whether or not what we're doing is worth doing at all. Because are the lives of the many worth the lives of the few? And then I think Ethel looks around this horrible building of entrails and is just like, maybe there is something more important in just doing what is necessary. And then it's like, looks at like one of the entrails hanging from the ceiling and is like, do you do any fun magic with these? And it's just trying to like not look at anybody in the party at all. Like, is that worth anything to you?
Lulu's like, no, it's... Don't let the pessimism of Avernus take you over. But as she's saying this, Red Ruth begins laughing again, but it's like deeper and darker. And she begins drawing this smoky energy from you and bottles it up again. Yes. She like licks the glass on the outside of the bottle. Excellent, most excellent. I will use this later. What would you like to know, Ethel? Perhaps you don't care anymore.
The location of the Morning Canaan. That's his name.
Mephistopheles.
You would.
Well, it's only one, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you give me 2 of those scrolls, I will tell you both. The 2 of the most powerful of those scrolls.
I don't know which ones are the most powerful of those.
Where are you looking? Is it in the bag of holding?
Of holding.
Bag of holding.
17.
I will take... I will take Wall of Light and Watery Sphere.
Alright.
Alright.
You, I guess.
Okay, she says,
Yes, both Mephistopheles and Mordenkainen have access to this Zemnidian imager that you seek. Mephistopheles can be contacted via it is known as the Mirror of Mephisto. It is here.
wait a minute, where is it? It is... where am I? Never? No, where I am.
Yes, it is up here. It is a magic mirror that can be used to gaze into Cania and contact the Archdevil, Mephistopheles. If you go in there, look for a slab of ice at the end of a ravine, withstanding the heat by magic. Entirely out of place. You can't miss it. Mordenkainen also has a Zemnidian imager. Here's where his tower is. There is a landing in the mountains. It is over here. The tower flies. But at the moment, I sense he is here. He is in a hidden area. Looking, searching, studying. I'm not sure. It is hard for me to see there. But there is a cliff I see here in this broth. A cliff face with symbols on it. Two small circles arranged above and below a larger circle is what I see. If you see this symbol inscribed on a cliff face, you can call out to Mordenkainen to get his attention. But that is only if he is there, for he may fly elsewhere. But I think next time you go there, I think he should be there if I see correctly.
Is that everything we're trying to look for?
I think so.
Anyway, who would like to take this little vial For the Fey portals. I just want somebody to use it.
She holds it out to
Ethel will
Alina.
take it. Like, literally
yes.
no thought. Just like, yeah, of course, this is what we need to do magic, of course.
Yes.
Give it urine.
Yes, you know, Ethel, if you ever get tired of these fools, you can come back here any time. Perhaps we can get up to some murderous journeys together. Some horrible activities. Do you like killing children? It is a favorite thing of mine.
I don't know, I've never tried.
Well, you
Actually, I guess
should.
if you're counting me paying that girl.
I recommend it to anyone. You can make good necklaces out of them.
They're still kind of like singing and echoing her words.
How do you hold them together? Is that...
I'm actively walking out now. I'm like,
It's just to keep them all in one place. They tell me things. They give me advice. But you, I can tell, there's a bit of a seer in you as well. Yes, we could see many things together. Many painful, horrible things.
Maybe when we're done with this, but I'll keep in touch.
Yes.
Now I have sending. Now I can communicate with her.
Yes, you can reach out to me at any time.
Guys, I think we should,
What?
nothing. No,
What
not
are you
talking
whispering
to you.
there?
Not talking to you.
Hmm.
We should, make sure Ethel's okay.
She looks fine to me.
I was just like, and the entrails, interesting. Just like, just kind of wanders out of the building to go like look at the infernal chickens, and it's like,
Do you want to
to meet
change
you.
your alignment?
Ooh.
You're already
Ooh,
true
interesting,
neutral.
interesting.
Kind of gives you sort of like
Think
a
about
fair
it.
bit of leeway, whatever you feel like doing. Well, you can have a think about it. If you feel that way inclined. If you want to do a bit more evil.
Here, before you
just,
go,
like,
Ethel,
staring at
take
these
this.
chickens and-
Take this.
She hands you another potion. It is like the blackest of blackest potions. In fact, when you look at this potion, you can't even see it. You have to kind of look at it out of the corner of your eye. You can see the glass, but when you look in, it just feels like everything you can see is just kind of drawn into this potion.
This will help you along your way if you would like to drink this. Any time will do.
what is it?
It will set you free of your moral bindings. Nothing more. Just a commitment. Or rather, a loosening of commitments. Plus, it tastes good. I made it myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I've always found that adding just like a little cinnamon to potions makes them a lot better.
Cinnamon, you say? I'll keep that in mind.
Should try it sometime.
Cinnamon of dead people? Do you mean the cinnamon of life?
Yeah, no, it's the sins. It's the powdered
Oh
sins
yes,
of the dead.
the cinnamon. Yes, I knew I'd heard of it.
Hey, Ethel, we gotta run, like, is a time limit, like...
Oh yes, I've heard it before. You have to return some videotapes, is it? Sorry, I don't know what that means. Sometimes I see things from the future or from strange times and places.
But yes, you can certainly get the fuck out of here. Does everyone wish to leave the bone brambles?
You don't want any potions before you leave?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, fare thee well.
Thank you,
Have a
Redwood.
horrible day.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Interesting.
So you're able to head out through these bone brambles, and as you leave this clearing, you immediately feel uncertain of where to go, except that Mahkah has marked the trail with chalk. And so, although I would roll some more random rolls and see if you encounter any other horrible things in the forest, you're actually able to get out of here really quickly because of these marks that Mahkah has left. And so you feel like at times things are following you. You almost feel driven to like run a little bit along these narrow paths to get the fuck out of this forest. But nothing happens, and you're able to emerge back into the wasteland unscathed.
Oof.
Well, that was terrible. I'm thoroughly cleaning myself with prestidigitation. Like, why? Awful woman.
I don't know. I think Ethel liked it quite a bit.
It's so unclean.
I was gonna say she seemed nice.
I'm just gonna like look at Ethel like,
A lot to learn from people like that.
Yes.
I don't know
Maybe
about
we
that,
can
Chief.
discuss this along the way to our next destination, Ethel.
Now I'm worried about you two. Too much colluding, you're all gonna get polluted.
Colluding.
No colluding.
Mahkah, you're not starting to have evil thoughts, are you?
This place. What's evil anymore? Who knows?
Oh dear.
It takes a toll on you.
Oh.
We have to hurry. We have to get my memories back so we can finally find this sword. We have to rescue Elturel and get out of this place. And the longer we stay here, I'm trying to protect you all with my aura. I'll try to make it stronger.
Which is you're a fart from.
I thought the same thing.
Thanks, Lulu.
Just focus on the good, guys. On love. Jean Lamore, focus on Mary Bell. And
Yes.
Mahkah on Torm. And yeah. Alina, you have to rescue your father. Kensei, I respect you, but you were long gone, long ago.
I respect you understand this.
So
Thanks for your guidance, Lulu.
I'll stick by you. I'll stick by you until the end.
Thank you, Lulu.
Friends are the most important thing.
I'll drink to that.
What are you drinking?
I got some alcohol left. I can
I'm
tell.
just watching to make sure
Yeah,
nobody's
what do you-
downing any
do you
crazy
got?
potions.
What do you got?
I got the very fine wine left.
Yeah.
So you've got a bottle of fine wine from Maiden's Tears or a bottle of fine wine of which there are 14. Which one?
We'll do the of a 14.
Of the
Because we got
14?
so much- Yeah.
Okay. So, as you begin drinking this wine, give me, hold on, let me see. 14. I'm just going to generate a random number between 1 and 14.
Ethel, put away that homebrew. I don't want to see it.
We're just gonna. Am I attracting like alcohol devils or demons? Or Alcoholics Anonymous are coming to town.
This particular wine is a very enjoyable bottle of fine wine.
Whoa!
I'll spend it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't use it. No, it's not a consumable. That's alright.
Would you consider sharing?
No. But yes, as you begin to enjoy this wine, perhaps you share a little bit of it around. You kind of you find the Golden Doom and the Drifting Imp still here, They've been stolen! I didn't think about it. I was like, nah, that's horrible. So you find them still behind these rocks. Maybe you find a couple of boggles like poking at them and trying to like pull off like a little piece of the tire or something. You kind of like shoo them away, like head off. But so here's the thing. I realized recently that these war machines and the hexcrawl don't really make a lot of sense. Like basically in like the original book of this thing, there's no actual hex, as you know. The map is just like supposed to be like a sort of a representation or like an extraction of Avernus, because Avernus, like, it even goes so far as to say like the landscape sort of shifts around and that you can't really map it accurately. But I found this stuff online that was like suggesting a hexcrawl. You could turn it into a hexcrawl, and I thought it was a cool idea because I wanted to feel like, you know, like we're immersed in Avernus and we can actually travel around in it, because the original book just sort of has you just going like, okay, now you're here, or like now you're here, and I didn't find that very immersive. And so this stuff that I found like gave me these dimensions, these like 40 miles by 40 mile hexes, and like some instructions for hex crawling, which I adapted a bit. And the guy suggested moving at like 18 miles per hour when you're walking quickly, which I reduced to like 15, but didn't really say anything about the war machines, or like, I'm not sure, maybe I didn't see it. I had to look for it, I couldn't find anything. So I just like added an extra point because I was just sort of focused on like just trying to make the hex crawl work smoothly. So I was just like, oh, I don't know, it's sort of, you know, it's a bonus, it's an advantage you're using these war machines. But I was thinking about the stat blocks of like the Demon Grinder, for example, which goes at like 100 feet in like 6 seconds, like a 6-second turn. That's about like 11 miles per hour, which is, I wrote this down, it's 22 miles per hour as well if it like dashes. So that's about like, for Angelo, that's like 18 to 35 kilometers an hour.
I'm also kilometers.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, of course.
I'm Canadian.
Sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh.
You're forgiven.
So that is like, that's about 44 to 88 miles per shift, which comes to about 9 points, or like just over a hex, which would be like okay for the hex crawl. Like it wouldn't ruin it. We'd like kind of double our speed. But the problem with that is that like, because we want to be immersed in this like Mad Max feel, I don't know if anyone noticed this speed issue. Rain, I'm looking at you. You have that sort of mind and didn't say anything, like, but I realized that actually these things, even if we go with the speed that these things have, they move like slower than like a tank. Like a tank, Google says like your average tank moves at like 25 miles an hour on flat terrain. And these things are moving at like, 22 miles per hour if they're dashing.
Well, that's the thing though, is that if you properly calculate speed, a lot of creatures are like move slowly. Like a dragon is slightly slower at a fight speed than a war machine, but if you properly calculate, it's like it moves 9 miles per hour, like while flying, which doesn't really, give off the sense of this like flying, speedy devil on No, it's just like, I'll get you eventually, my dear. Give me it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that makes sense. Also, I didn't mean to suggest that nobody else would notice the the speed of the war machines. I didn't notice it.
Well, I'm gonna be deep.
I didn't.
I just get the impression Rain's a bit of a nerd for these sorts of things, but which is also not meant to be offensive. Oh my god! Let's go on a break. Break time. Let's go on a break. No. So. Okay, so the thing about that, Rain, is I think like partly, my kind of intuition there is that like, you know, when you're in combat, you're not sort of doing long distance travel, so it's kind of like, you know, you've got to think and deal with whatever issues arise in combat. And so it's kind of like, like as you're saying, if you extract the actual combat speed to the overland travel speed, it like often doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
So in that case, I was thinking also we could go faster. We could go like car speed, because I'm thinking like, you know, it's meant to be like Mad Max. Like if we want to feel like immersed, then it should be going more at like 64 k's an hour, which is 40 miles per hour. I wrote this down before. Mm-hmm. That would be like 4 hexes per shift. which is obviously like quite an extreme change to our Hexcrawl experience. But I do feel like we've had like a little chance to like experience some hexing, some Hexcrawls. I was like really glad to like get an opportunity to like try it out. I might like revisit it again in like a future campaign, but I think like this, I don't know if, this map obviously isn't designed for it. And so it might be like nice to speed it up as well. We don't have to like do away with it completely. Like obviously if you like park your machines, you can walk at a very, very slow speed at 15 miles per hour. And we'd probably like still use the system for like random encounters and whatnot. But yeah, like what do you guys think? Should we change the war machine speed at this point? And if so, should we go with tank speed or Mad Max vehicle speed? So should we do like 1 hex per shift, or should we do 4 hexes per shift?
I am fine with whatever everyone wants to do, because obviously, like, although I like the Hexcrawl idea, I really do. Like you said, this map really wasn't designed for that in mind, and my major concern is just that although with the vehicles definitely help that a lot, definitely with the speed, is that I fear not to take like 3 sections to go to one location then come back. We haven't been doing that too much, but just like all the backtracking that future will occur.
Yeah,
but,
it's like it's slowed us down like quite a lot for sure.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And we have a bit of an uncertain future at the end of the year. We're not sure if we're going to maybe end up moving somewhere. We don't exactly know yet. I hope that I might even be in like a different hemisphere. I'm not sure. So I also kind of have a sense that like it's probably a good idea to try to get this finished before the end of the year. And I feel like this might help with that as well.
Yeah, I have no problems with speeding it up. I do wish to bring up that while overland travel really wasn't taken into consideration with Dungeons & Dragons, they technically kind of did though, because of the spell Phantom Steed. Because it calculates its speed, but it also tells you out of combat how much travel it can take. So it's just one of those weird things that it's like...
Is it different?
It's like it travels like 100 feet per action, but it says that it travels like at an hour at normal pace or fast pace. It's like 13 miles. It lists that in the spell.
Huh.
So I'm like, okay, so it is kind of taken into consideration, but it was so poorly?
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit inconsistent. There's some things that have like kind of hung around from previous editions, and
yeah. I think it's also because if they try to calculate how fast they actually are, no one would probably be able to like catch up with like a speeding dragon in combat. It would just be like in one round and then gone the next.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing as well about the war machines. If you made them the speed of a car, I would have to make the map fucking enormous, and if you were like just walking around, like you wouldn't be able to, it could just...
Yeah, you were pretty much just kind of like biding your time until they do another Passover for you to maybe do something against them.
Yeah. But it's like, I guess, like a complicated thing. Like that's the thing, definitely as well, is that the war machines themselves make the hex crawl quite difficult. But yeah, I don't know. What should we do? Or we can leave it the same. What's the vote?
I'm all fine with speeding it up. I'm all fine with I'm all fine with speeding it up. I'm all fine with it keeping the same or making it like a little bit faster, like in the hex scroll department.
Okay. What do you reckon?
That's my vote.
Anna?
I think I'm pro speedy because it sounds fun.
Okay. Speedy.
Yeah. It's up to you. 4 hexes seems a lot.
Yeah.
Like the size of the hex, so maybe like a happy medium. And I guess with like changing terrain will always be good. As well, like just looking at the map, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, I mean, we could do like 3 hexes and kind of say that because you're driving through the desert and like through like sand dunes and around big boulders and gravel and rocks and crevices and shit, that it kind of slows you down a bit. Maybe 3 would be like a little bit less kind of ridiculous.
Or even just like certain hexes we'd have to go around, even if it was 4, like we can't travel through certain ones because there's a mountain in it.
Yeah.
Right, so that would slow it down. I think given the size of like the map, like when I look between the two, it seemed like it's pretty extensive. Like when I look, I'm like, I don't know, that's like 100 hexes to the top corner. Like,
yeah, like it'll still take
least,
a few steps to get from location to location.
Yeah. And I feel
When you're
like we
talking
have
about the hex, so you're talking about the larger grid, the
Yeah,
overall?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, so like 3 of those, maybe, or 4 of those, or just one of them. What do you reckon, Anna? What's your preference?
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun to think of it as being speedy. Feels more like Mad Maxy.
Plus, these war machines are made for this environment as well. They've been adapted to suit.
That's true. And like in Mad Max as well, like they're just kind of caning these things over like hills and dunes and shit. So it's like, it seems like it can take it. Okay.
So I guess the question is, how many hexes?
Yeah. I'm thinking kind of maybe 3 is sort of nice.
Cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we can play it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if
we
it
can
dep-
always
like
change
we can
it.
aim on the terrain, right? Like maybe if it's like a big wide open space, it could be 4, but drop down to like 2 or 3 if it's like a sloppy
Marshy.
river or like a fiery landscape, something.
Yeah, it could
you know?
be like difficult terrain, basically. Like
yeah, like real D&D kind of. Or
like real D&D.
like probably. I've been listening to like.
But it is real D&D.
It's because I've been listening
Fake
to
D&D
like
this whole
Daddies and Dungeons and the terrible.
I've been listening to that.
It's so
I've been listening
good,
to
but
Dungeon
so,
Daddies.
I'm like, you can't do that, and it's really messing with like my.
Wait, what do they do?
It's not my turn.
Get on it, Dungeon Daddy.
Oh, it's
What
so
do they
good.
do?
It's so funny. They're bad. They don't follow like any D&D rules, and I'm like,
Well,
like,
don't let me
it's
infect
like-
you. Don't let me infect you with my strictness. With my,
so
No, I
so
love
bad. I'm like
rules.
yelling in my car.
I
Like,
love
you
rules.
can't just do this. Probably don't listen to it because it'll stress you out. As
Yeah.
you'll be like, whoa.
yeah, maybe I'll
no.
avoid that.
Every time there's a dad joke, you get 1d4 psychic damage
Yeah.
for every dad joke.
I would.
should be
That would
like,
kill
it
the
was
GM in this game. I-
1d4 temporary hit points.
Yeah, and like that was
Well
still
done.
when they were kind of pretty good. Like it gets worse D&D later on. Like they're like, yeah, I really want to do this, and he's like, all right, that sounds kind of cool. Roll.
I mean, that's cool too. Like, it's not. I don't think
like-
there's no one way to play D&D.
No, it's absurd. Absurd.
Which is
You're
the
like,
best way.
yeah, no.
The absurd way.
Yeah, it's there's no rules.
All right. Well, let's go on a 5-minute break, and then we can continue hex crawling at three hexes a shift. We'll see how we go.
Right into the danger zone. Wonder if there's like infernal like bombers or BF2s. That'd be kind of funny.
All right. So maybe as you climb into these infernal war machines, suddenly, wait, who has it's probably like Mahkah. I wanted to know like who has like the highest perception.
Yeah, it's him by 1. God damn it! I'm so
Yeah.
mad.
Maybe Mahkah, you like suddenly notice some kind of button in the Golden Doom. Maybe you press this button, and it opens this little hatch, and this like lever comes out, like, and you're like, oh, like we didn't notice this before. Like, what's this thing? Because you've also never seen like a car or a vehicle or anything. And you realize after you kind of drive around a little bit and fiddle with this thing that it seems to have like 5 settings, and you've been on like first gear this entire time.
Guys, there's like an all-terrain mode here as well.
Man. Well, at least now we know.
And so with this new knowledge, you can move much faster throughout the wastes of Avernus. Where do you go?
Ooh. Okay.
Team huddle.
Team huddle. One proposition? That sounds kind of wrong. Yes.
There you go.
Proposition?
Is we head back over the sticks on our barge, go to the Wandering Emporium. Maybe you can stop at the Storm Shroud. Then go to. Wait. Archon's Tower. Go back down Arches of Uruk. After we free that lady, and then go across to the wizards or something.
Okay. Not gonna lie, similar thought. Same brain. So after if we make it past the Storm Shroud, and everything's cool that way, if we want to take Wim's Wharf just to go across to Archon's Tower, do we want to pop over to see whatever this obelisk is all about? See if maybe there's anything of interest before we go face Archon and have that destined encounter? Because it's on the way. Technically.
Mysterious obelisk.
Yep. All right, we have a fucking plan.
All right, so
Gosh, I love a mysterious obelisk.
well, you heard that there might be a wizard there.
Maybe it's Mordenkainen.
Yeah, those Dragonborn, when you kind of ask them about Mordenkainen, they said they don't know, but they know there's a wizard. If you're looking for a wizard, I think they didn't think it was Mordenkainen, but they knew of it as rumors of a wizard. And I'll say also that as you kind of come out through the bone brambles, you can see that little vial that you have sort of glowing every now and then, suggesting that there are fey portals nearby. But you gather pretty quickly that you're not able to pass through these portals with the war machines. So you wanted to. Where did you want to go? Where did you want to go first?
Wandering Emporium.
Yeah, we are going to take the barge back across the river and then start heading towards the Wandering Emporium.
Okay.
Do some homework in that time to see if there's any kind of magical items I should have that I. Can we slow that speed down to 2?
Sometimes I am like, oh no, I haven't done my D&D homework.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I'm like Wednesday. I'm like, oh no.
So bad.
Okay, so I'll say that at this point it is probably shift 5, and you haven't had a rest.
Oh, you should probably have a sleep.
Yeah, let's do that. Then we'll set out to go shopping and then save his beloved, and then just cause all sorts of chaos.
Okay, so give me a 1 to 3, and Alina, what do you want to do for your after you finish trancing?
Sentinel. I'll stand there doing magical item homework.
Okay. All right, nothing happens throughout your rest, and you're able to wake up 8 to 9 hours later in shift 1, feeling hungry and repulsed.
Marcus' favorite time of the day.
Oh dear.
He's got his Von bag ready. One of his session sacks.
Ugh. Not very
No, it's more like a Yeah, it's more like a filter.
Sieve.
It's not the greatest. He'll just make his way to the door.
Whew.
Okay, so the weather remains the same. It's just hot. You see the blood red sky arching over you, Mahkah. Every
It's picking his
time.
guns
Oh
out.
no! Hey, where are my rations?
Still see like the occasional like comet burning through. You imagine some sort of atmosphere. Actually, you probably wouldn't imagine that. I don't know if you would know what an atmosphere is. And just as Jean Lemore points up at one of these comets, and Mahkah looks up, makes you feel just a little bit too dizzy while you're consuming some of this food. But otherwise, yeah. What do you do?
To the barge. Oh, travel?
Yep.
Okay.
So warmer chain
Hexcrawl.
travel moves by. What is it now? 3 hexes.
Mm.
24?
And we'll be following up the path that we
Mm.
traveled on.
Okay. All right. So where are our default actions? All right. Just call out if you want to change your default action, and Ethel at the helm of the Golden Doom. So
Since,
Kensei's going to head out and scout ahead, and yep. What were you going to say?
Mike will be using this sentinel position. Since we're following the path, we don't require a navigator.
Okay, so a path. So the thing about the path is, have you
Or our
actually
tracks.
left
Oh,
tracks?
so we
let me see. Because I think you might need to at least have someone find them. I can't remember how this works.
use an active shift to identify the tracks and then
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we should do that then.
Yeah, so tracks left by the party since yesterday morning are found by the tracker immediately. So yeah, you can find them straight away. But yeah, you can't be a tracker during a travel shift.
So, guys, you want to take an active
Yep.
shift?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe during this active shift, to those that, while one goes searches, maybe we could have a little intervention with Ethel.
I think during
approve.
this, like, Mark is like, oh, let's find the tracks, and Ethel's like, I'll go find some demon acre off over there. You know, we gotta forage during these, so I'm
Yeah, let us all look for this demon Ica, Ethel. Let's go together like good friends with lots of love in our hearts. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Not too far, guys. Not too far. Eyesight.
So Alina, while you're standing here, you don't see anything as you kind of watch Ethel and Jean Lemore walk some way away, and also Kensei's out there looking for scrap. Mahkah, you can very quickly find these tracks, of course, and okay. So Ethel, with advantage, looking for demon. Give me a survival check.
something I am good at. You said with advantage?
Yes, because Jean Lemore is helping you. Or I don't know, maybe he's distracting you. So 15 is... Ooh. You are not able to find any demon ichor out here, unfortunately.
Gotcha. I'm distracted.
La 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 la. Ethel, don't turn bad. Okay.
Subtle.
And Kensei, give me also a survival check.
Sure. For what? Let me check that actually too.
Oh. Okay. So you. Oh, where am I? You think you see something sticking out of the ground, and you run over there thinking that it might be like a piece of scrap sticking out. But as you kind of pull it out and dust the sand off it, you realize it's just like a massive bone, like some kind of huge femur from like some large devil or some kind of large monster. And you are disappointed. You feel like you nearly found some.
Well, if it was a skull, I could have had some fun with it, but oh well. Just toss it to the ground.
But otherwise, yeah, Lena, you don't see anything, and Mahkah, you find these tracks. And so we can move on to the next shift. Yes. All right. So, second shift. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. All right. It's funny
I don't
that,
like that.
it's funny that you were looking up at the sky at these meteors before Jean Lemore and Mahkah, because you continue to glance up at them from time to time. Maybe not Mahkah. You don't want to feel sick again. And suddenly, it seems like the number of meteors that you see falling increases and begins to sort of move in your direction. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of like small like rocks and burning objects begin pelting the landscape about you and falling onto the vehicles. Where is everyone? Everyone is like out, like Kensei and Ethel and Jean Lemore. You all have to like run back to the infernal war machines. Mark has like just found the tracks. You're having to like run back for shelter. Lena, you're kind of, where are you standing? On watch, guarding the machines maybe.
Yeah. We haven't moved yet though, right?
No, you're still standing here.
Near the rocks?
As these the rocks? The rocks that
did we
the war
leave the
machines are next
caves?
to?
Yeah.
So I didn't envision them as caves. It's more just like some boulders,
Oh.
kind of that you can sort of drive in a little bit and get out of the hidden. There's not much shelter there, but it would at least protect you as some of these little rocks and pebbles and things begin like pelting the ground. Like some of them coming at you from at least some directions if you stand behind these rocks. Maybe we'll see what you do. What do you want to do for this shift?
Is this shift 2?
Shift 2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just try and hide in these rocks.
Okay. So you're just going to try to like duck and hide behind these rocks? Alright.
I was going to say, Mahkah will pop into his shell. If he's not near the rocks, I'm assuming he's near the grinder and so forth.
Yeah, you can sort of run back. Actually, you know what? Pretty much everyone except for Lena, give me an athletics check as you run back to get shelter from these rocks.
Athletics.
Unless you just turn into a shell like where you are, Mahkah.
Yeah, I would say I'll just go bang, shell.
I'll say like, it's not, you just gotta run back like DC 15, I would say. Ooh, nice. Okay, Ethel, you're getting hit by some rocks. Well, everyone's getting hit by some rocks, but
Oh no!
okay. Give me some con saves. Where is this? Okay. Yeah, give me some con saves. And Ethel, give me a con save with disadvantage.
Okay, so just to let you know, with
Oh,
shell
and Jean Lamore
defense,
as well, disadvantage. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, that was my con save.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Mahkah.
yeah, so with the shell defense, it's +4 to my AC and
Whoa.
advantage on con saves.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, give me the con save with advantage.
and it'll be a 23 AC.
Okay. So the DC is 12 for this. And so if you fail 12, you get hit by these comets. And actually what I'll do a couple of different ones. I'll go, well, yeah. Okay, so, Alina, you can kind of jump behind these rocks.
Okay. I was like, man, my con saves are garbage.
Okay, so this first lot of damage is basically for everyone other than Mahkah and Alina. You take 10 bludgeoning damage and 5 fire damage as you just get pelted by these falling meteors.
Alright, so I will take 10 bludgeoning damage and 2 fire damage.
Nice.
So that'll be 64.
And for Alina and Mahkah, you will take 3 bludgeoning and 6 fire damage.
8 is gone, right? Because we slept.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I have to do new important rolls.
Now also, but you can do your important rolls first if you want.
Okay.
And then, because then everyone needs to needs to roll 2
Those
d20s.
are great for right now.
Fear the next creature that stands to get in your way.
I'm glad I got those 2 out of the way. Yeah.
Sorry, what was my damage again?
A 9. 3
9, okay.
bludgeoning, 6 fire damage. And yeah, everyone give me 2 d20s.
Oh.
You don't want snake eyes.
Oh.
I love the snake eyes. Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to actually do that right now. Why is it not letting me? There we go. Jesus.
Sweet. Okay, also, the war machines are getting pelted by these meteors. So, can I get a con save for both of the war machines? With advantage because they're behind these rocks.
I will do the drifting imp if someone wants to do the golden doom.
Yeah, sure. Wait. Oh, war machines.
Yep.
It's Constitution, is it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
DC is only 10.
Ah, so strong.
Yeah, they're pretty hardy machines, especially the gilded golden doom. You can just see some of these fiery rocks kind of like ting, 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 like bouncing off it. And you feel like, it'll be fine. And that will, seeing as you're just kind of hiding while this thing plays out, we will go to the next shift.
Is it
So-
possible to take a short rest while we're hiding? Or is that a separate thing?
So I don't think so because you're getting pelted by these things. And so there's not really anywhere where you can hide that would allow you to kind of have a restful moment, I think.
Okay, cool.
Well, do these count as weather?
Yes. Well, depends.
Okay, because I think. Well, I was just gonna say that the tiny hut says that the weather inside is normal, like at all times. So, like, I was just wondering if the tiny hut would keep these things out. Because if it really looks like we're gonna be hurt and it's gonna last, then I would just do another tiny hut and we could hang out for a while.
There's no way to know until you try it.
Ah. Are we? Great. I mean, I guess. How hurt is everyone looking? Because we can't Can we travel in this? Like, if we're in the war machines, it's fine.
It's but a scratch.
The war machines don't have very strong. They don't really have roofs. The devil's skin is getting like little holes in it.
The skin isn't helpful?
No.
Darn.
I feel like the skin
That
would
would
be
be really
resistant to fire. That's funny.
Yeah, maybe the skin. Maybe you feel like it's a little bit. That's a good theory. That's a good theory.
That's my thought process. I'm like, these bastards survive out here, right? They should be fine.
Maybe if it doesn't let up next shift, we can try and like ride out of this. Because I'm not too badly hurt.
I'm a little hurt. Just like I can do 1.5 more shifts of that.
So, these like meteors, is it sort of like falling in like sort of just like one hell of a like hellish like rainstorm, or is
Yes.
it just like okay?
It's like a meteor storm.
Alright. I thought we might be able to do some cool tricks of us trying to like bob and weave between the bigger chunks, but I was like, nope, never mind.
Yeah, it's mostly the small things. So what do you do, Ethel? Are you going to cast Tiny Hut?
Yeah, I think if we're not gonna travel in the next shift, yes. Guys, are we sticking around?
I guess you guys are all sort of like shouting it, trying to communicate from various places of hiding. Like,
Guys, are we staying? I have to do a country line dance.
oh, I don't think you can do a ritual under this. Well, you can try, but I'll give you maybe like a con check and probably also some more damage.
Maybe not a con check, but maybe that would be the best. Because I don't have it prepared to just cast it normally, so that's...
All right, you're unable to. You have no time. You have to make a quick decision, otherwise these things will continue to strike you down and do more damage to you.
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Are we leaving? I'm confused.
You don't have,
Ethel's
nobody has
confused. She just
time.
got
Nobody
here
has
really
time to
hard.
answer at this point.
No one
everyone's
has
getting
time
like
to answer
pelted.
this 4-hour shift.
Well, no, you have time to answer, but you will get pelted by more of these rocks before you answer. As in Ethel, do you cast or to cast or not to cast?
I think not to cast. Maybe not if it takes 10 minutes in the rocks. I kind of forgot it took so long.
Okay.
Just 10 minutes standing out there trying to do a country line dance, and you're not going to get interrupted at all by being enormously injured.
Okay, you don't cast this tiny hut, and we move into the next shift, and the meteor shower continues.
The meteor shower continues.
Meteor shower continues.
Okay. Do you think we can ride away from this area? Guys?
Yeah, let's
No,
jump
let's
in.
get the fuck out of here. I ain't
Let's jump in and go.
falling
All
around.
right, let's go.
Ethel crawls into the helm of the war machine and is like, please protect me.
Yeah, Michael will let Ethel know he'll take the wheel if you want to jump into the cargo bay to take more cover.
Are we putting the old lady in the trunk?
Pretty much.
This is my villain origin story. I'm stuck in the trunk. Just kidding. Right?
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you jump in these vehicles and begin driving the fuck out of here. And as you drive past, remember you saw these caves previously. When you were like somewhere kind of up here. I'm going to be a little bit less, I'll be a bit looser with this hexcrawl thing as we're just moving by hexes. But it was like somewhere around here you saw these kind of caves. And you look over actually as you're sort of driving past these caves, and you see what looks like actually a couple of Dwergar like running into these caves to get out of this meteor storm that is kind of almost seems to be following you, almost. And it's just, as you're driving in this area, it has just kind of come upon the Dwergar as well, and they're all just like shouting and getting like, maybe they have some tents and some other like objects it's difficult for you to see from here, and they're like grabbing them and taking them into these caves. So you figure it looks like from where you are that there are Dwergar that live in those caves. And you also see actually a swarm of these strange like bat-like creatures, which are like flying through the air. But they're actually headed towards these caves. It makes you think perhaps this is actually why the Dwergar are getting the fuck out of there. But these creatures, you can give me like a probably a nature check if you want to see if you can identify them. But they basically disperse as they're getting hit by these like rocks and things. Yeah, you don't know what these things are. It's very difficult to see them. But whatever they are, they kind of disperse. They're all getting hit by. I think probably the first two checks. Well, fuck, Mahkah, 24. You think these things are sturges? They look like you've heard of these things. They're like these little vampire bat type things. What actually are they?
Weird thing up, they are like beast creatures for some
beasts. Yeah, nature makes sense. But yeah, they're obviously just getting hammered by these meteors as well. And so... Jean Lemore, you don't see anything, and you guys don't need to navigate because you can follow these tracks.
Can I actually do a short rest in the trunk? Because Mahkah is driving.
I'm gonna say still it's not possible for you to have a short rest while you're being pelted by these. I don't think you. I don't know if there's actually. Is there a trunk? I mean, you are storing like huge amount of stuff in there.
I'll hide underneath a seat. I pull some scrap over me.
You know what? You're a passenger, so you would usually be able. I'll say if you're in the trunk, then yes, you can have a short rest.
Okay. Thanks.
Runs out of air.
It's just like
Constitution saving check. Can she still breathe?
Yeah, con save. Will I die in the trunk?
Okay, but seeing as I kind of maybe do need to actually do this a little bit more carefully if we're worrying about the fuel that you're burning. So 1, 2.
Yes.
Something like this.
Fuel.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. As you approach these barges, you're being like pelted by these burning rocks and things. You see, I don't know who has the cloaking device.
Ethel.
Bag up holding? Oh.
I think we gave it. I think Ethel has it.
Okay, well, Ethel's in the. So you approach this area where you remember that you left the barge, and as you're coming up on the river Styx, on the banks of the river Styx, the Golden Doom runs out of power, and you have to kind of like roll it as it begins to slow down, and you kind of just reach the edge, the water's edge of the Styx. The Devil's Ride seems okay so far. Did somebody just fall off their chair or something?
No, that was the Golden Doom.
That's my phone.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's just Ethel in a
It
trunk.
wasn't my horse.
That's Ethel in the truck.
Ethel,
It's Ethel in the truck.
someone took a strong turn and Ethel tumbled over with all the cargo.
Okay, and everyone give me, because of this meteor shower, another DC 12 con save. The vehicle that you're in will give you some cover, but I think that will mostly affect like deck saves and things, I believe. Cover doesn't give you anything for a con save, does it?
No, it's just deck saves and increasing AC.
Yeah. Ethel's in the boot. I've introduced this idea of a boot now. All right. Ethel, you're in the boot. You don't need to make the con save.
Okay, great. I'm not gonna argue at all.
So DC is 12. And is that Jean Lemore, you fail the con save?
Yes.
Okay, you take some damage.
Oh.
You take 8 bludgeoning damage and 9 fire damage.
Ooh.
And also everyone give me 2d20s. Including Ethel. They can still come for you in the boot. I hope nobody gets this. It could kill you. Okay. That seems good.
Now roll me damage for a meteor swarm.
And con saves for the vehicles. Just DC 10.
Oh no, I need the drifting deck. That's what I need.
Hey.
Whoop.
Ooh. Okay, the drifting imp is going to take... It takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage. 9 bludgeoning damage. Alright. So, we can move on to the next shift.
Do we need to feed them soul coins?
You might want to do that. Yeah, you're unable to. I don't know. You can't see the barge yet. Maybe you arrive here as the. Well, I mean, you haven't made your whole move, so maybe we're not quite at the next shift yet. Yeah. What do you do?
All right, I'm gonna give a soul coin. Into the. Is it just the golden doom that's stopped, or has the?
Yes.
Okay, then a soul coin.
Okay. Soul coin into Doomy. And
Okay.
you feel like, especially Mahkah, like with your knowledge of sturges, that there was a very good chance you would have been attacked by those sturges were they not pelted by these meteors.
Ooh.
So what do? You can't see the barge anywhere. You can't quite remember exactly where it was. You have a sense.
Hey Ethel, can you uncloak the barge?
I don't know what
I
you
don't.
do. Hear you in the boot. From the boot.
Hey.
Yeah. Ethel's just like, what? What? I don't have my hearing aid.
Oh, I did put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see it. It's
But
like-
that's just because I probably didn't know where it was. I'll give it to Ethel.
Yeah.
Cloaking medallion. There you go. Okay. So yes, you can press this symbol of Asmodeus. It kind of flashes red, and sure enough, this barge materializes before you. And as it materializes, this sort of bridge plate automatically drops down, and you're able to like drive the vehicles up onto this barge, and pull some lever. Bridge plate rises up again, and you have to like who starts heaping coal into the fire at the back.
I'll do it.
And someone else can kind of get into the bridge at the front. There's a wheel in the bridge, and you can begin sort of chugging into the river Styx. And I'll say at this point, as you leave this bank, that the meteor storm subsides.
Ooh.
You see like several of these
crawls out
meteors
of
kind
the
of
trunk.
splashing into the river Styx, but then it begins to like calm down again. At least as calm as the river can be, it's still like full of these like little whirlpools, and you can see these ghosts, or what appear to be like the spirits of various different species, kind of swimming along. swimming downriver. And you follow the current downriver. And as you approach, as you begin to, you think you spot the other side after a while of traveling. Kensei, as you're like shoveling coal, you sort of look up, look back, shovel some coal, and then you're like, wait. You do like a double take, and you see sails emerging in the mist. And you recognize these sails very, very well. There are flags. What are the flags on the Bobbing Imp, actually? Is there anything painted on them?
Yeah, the flags of them look like to be that of like a Jolly Roger, but instead of it just being a pure humanoid, there's two long kind of like horns that drift straight up, and in the mouth of it is that of what looks like to be a Kanabo. Just like sailing away.
Awesome. And you're glad to see that they have not changed these flags, even though you're no longer the captain. Maybe partly just because it's not easy to come by flags down here, or like flag artists, flag artisans. Anyway, this boat is it's like a caravel. It's like a fairly small ship, not as big as the ship that your old captain. What the fuck was his name? I forgot what his name was.
Ronan Kenway?
Oh yeah, Ronan Kenway. And yeah, what color is the ship, by the way? Is it just like a wooden ship, or is it like black or red or something?
I picture the main like wood is sort of like a weather-worn sort of like red-ish kind of like stain to it. That obviously is like drifted more severely, like closer to what would have been like the waterline a little bit. And then ever so occasionally you just see like little paintings of like etched outlines of like imp-like creatures that are just sitting there in like a resting position closer to the waterline, giving off the appearance that they're just like bobbing in the water, if under the appropriate occasions, of course.
Very nice. Very nice. And this is
crewmates have very fun with vandalizing that sort of aspect of the ship.
And this is like a caravel. There's like two main masts and like a third smaller mast at the stern. And the sails are still they haven't been lowered. They're still tied up at the moment. But you can see several people on this ship, and you aren't quick enough to cloak the barge. It's sort of, the mist is very thick at the moment. And the ship sort of comes out of nowhere, and Kenway notices it. And you can hear the sounds of pirates shouting and singing shanties and such. And one of them, as you get like near enough to this thing to see some of the people on it, you see one of these bearded devils like kind of look over and look at you, Kenway, and sort of recognize you immediately, like waves at you, and kind of calls over Captain Bugsy, who is up there now. And Captain Bugsy kind of comes over to the side and sort of like leans down and like calls out to you, "Yar, where ye be going? Fancy seeing you again. So soon."
Long time no see. I find a replacement. Just like gestures to the barge.
He laughs. He laughs a big bellied laugh. Yar! You look like you're going downriver. We're about to go that way ourselves. We've just received the call to go to the Worm's Wharf. Are you headed that way?
We'll soon enough, but we're gonna take through land. We got a couple stops to pay, couple people to crush, dams to rescue. You know, a Tuesday.
Yar, is it Tuesday? I cannot tell anymore.
Oh, fuck if I know.
Well, if you want to go this way, as I told you before, the Stygian Dock is there, and you would usually not be able to pass that way. It would be very dangerous, but with these papers that we have, we could get you through the Stygian Dock. I'm not sure where you're going, but seeing as we're leaving right now, we could probably lead you that way. You could take that barge with you. Just so you know, we can give you an escort. The offer's there if you wish.
I mean, that will save us some travel time. At least get closer to the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we can go through there, we can get out on the other side rather than go all the way around.
A nice river cruise.
Hells! I'll even let you steer the boat if you wish. Kensei Kenway.
All right, I'm sold immediately. Lead the way. As I just started.
I hope you've got them sea vehicle proficiencies still.
It's one of the one times I'm going to use it.
It is something that has always bothered me as well about those proficiencies. All right, so you can't fit the vehicles on the caravel, of course, but they are willing to guide you down the river Styx, and you can kind of get the barge close enough to the Bobbing Imp for them to drop a ladder down, and Kenway, you can climb up. Does anyone else climb up? Somebody's also going to have to take over coal shoveling duties.
Ooh.
Dude, I've got the coal shoveling. It looks sad, but she can do it.
I believe in you.
All right, so Bugsy and the others even cheer as their old captain takes the wheel, takes the bridge, and they drop down these sails, and they also there's like backup oars in the back of this caravel, and several of the bearded devil crew people go down there to the lower decks and work these oars and begin encouraging the caravel to sail in this direction. There's not much. The wind is kind of choppy and blowing in all directions, at least for some time as you head off. Eventually they're able to catch a good wind, and you can chug along behind them, the rest of you, feeling like as apprehensive as you might be about running into whatever you might run into. And
Mahkah thinks it's a good idea to cloak the barge as well.
okay.
Ethel? If that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. I'll recloak the barge.
All right, you cloak the barge.
Recloak the barge sounds like a band that you would find down here.
Recloak the barge?
It was everyone, we're recloak the barge. Every single one.
Where? I always lose the map. That's all right. Yeah, you continue heading down river for some time, probably like an hour or so. But soon enough, you see something in the distance. A massive metal structure, in fact, which looms before you as you approach it. It looks like it's something that's like straddling the river Styx. It's over 100 feet high, consisting of two mechanical arms extending upwards and inwards from the rocky cliffs on each bank. The structure culminates where the two arms nearly meet, like open claws facing each other like this, as if in preparation for grasping some larger object between them. Hefty clamps, chains, and bars are fixed to the arms, perhaps so they can be lashed to whatever the arms might hold. And Captain Bugsy explains to Kenway while you're steering the ship that this is the docking station for Zariel's flying fortress. A colossal vessel that's like shaped like an inverted triangle that flies throughout Avernus. And although the fortress itself is not there at present, there are many other individuals on the banks as well, there are these where these sort of docking arms are like rooted on either side, and you can see these other structures. There's like large iron-made wharves extending from both sides. Their waters are cluttered with military ships and barges, and buildings line the rocks behind them, sort of looming over the sides. And the whole area is infested with devils, of course. Regiments of bearded devils and spinagons embark on the barges. Chained devils pace around in groups of 2 and 3, and barbed devils stand guard throughout. And you see bands of lemures twisting and writhing in eternal torment, while these other creatures, I don't know if you've encountered Naparibos, these wretched sort of, some of them, these really incredibly obese creatures, and others, these really emaciated creatures that have like stitched up eyes and mouths, and are sort of lumbering around, being kind of abused and kicked around and bullied by these larger devils. And you can also see imps littering the skies, relaying orders or going off on assignments. And the larger devils are sort of barking orders and keeping their lessers in line. And as you approach the area, one of these larger devils you see kind of standing up on these rocks, looking down, sort of launches from these rocks and spreads these strange wings. These wings they're almost like more like a bug's wings, like wasp wings. And as this creature like swoops towards the Bobbing Imp, you get like a closer look at this thing. It looks like it's made out of mostly bones. Its wings are just these kind of thin wasp-like wings, and it has this long bony tail with this big sharp horrible barb stinger type thing on the end, and these massive extended claws and this crazy, almost humanoid kind of skull-like face. And it swoops down and lands on the Bobbing Imp. And Kenway in particular, you can watch as this creature in Infernal like demands papers. And Bugsy approaches this thing and kind of shows it these papers that it's got. It kind of has a close look at these. And it asks about the cloaked barge as well. But you watch as like Bugsy, like, he seems pretty confident. You've known him for a long time. He's not the type to sweat under a difficult an interrogation. He comes up with some convincing explanation about how Bell is like sending this barge to the Worms Wharf in the Diswood Way, and finally this bone devil flies away and allows you to continue on through this heavily populated area down towards the area where you feel the Wandering Emporium is, or where Red Ruth told you the Wandering Emporium is. And at this point, they can sort of let Kensei back onto the barge. They wish you farewell, and you're able to chug this barge over to the shore while the Bobbing Imp disappears again into the mist. Do you say anything, Kensei Kenway? Anything else?
If you fuckers don't sink my ship, I'll see you at Worms Wharf! Have fun! Save some for me!
Awesome. And they wave as they disappear. And so you have moved all the way to somewhere around here. This being the Stygian Dock, just below. I think that's already marked on your map. Yes.
Yeah. Mahkah definitely compliments Kensei on his ship. That's an impressive looking ship you've got there. Now I understand why you wanted to get her back. Lovely touch with the imps.
Ethel's like shoveling so much. She's like, yeah, really cool ship.
The real pain was losing such a fine crew. Well, losing now to trapped in this sort of thing, but I'm glad to see at least they're having fun in forced servitude. Ethel, do you want me to take over, or are you gonna have a heart attack?
I think that'll be good. And I just fully lies down on the Okay. How fast is your heart supposed to be beating?
Yeah. Ethel, I think you fully have yet to grasp your sea legs quite yet. How about you just lie down for a minute?
All right, and so you're able to pull this.
Ethel collapses in for a
sorry.
second. She's a little too still, like, you know.
Well, like
No.
she's dead.
Yeah, just for one moment, and then she's like, "Whew."
Nope, she's alive. We're good. We're
It's that looming heart attack. All right, so you're able to pull the barge up to the beach the barge, and drop this bridge plate and drive off. And you can cloak the barge and drive inwards some way towards where Red Ruth indicated the Wandering Emporium was. You don't feel too concerned driving in here. You kind of feel like you're almost sort of fated to find this location. And perhaps you come to... Oop, not there.
Other way.
Oh, wait, hold on. Perhaps you come to around here, and you see actually that there's like a river, a much smaller river, that is running in this direction. You think probably from the river Styx. You're not sure exactly where it's going, but you can sort of gather from what you know about the landscape that it's heading towards the bubbling river of blood. And as you drive in this direction and you see this river, you also see a wondrous sight, the sight that you've been looking for. And this is it looks like a collection.
Everyone did their homework.
A collection of brightly colored tents that's like standing like clustered around this central area, creating a sort of an oasis of as you approach it, looks almost comfortable compared to the dreaded landscape of Avernus. Like definitely like a haven. You can hear even laughter at times. And there's all these war machines, really huge ones, that are sort of forming this horseshoe about these tents. This cluster of tents in the middle. And there's like all of these posts everywhere and these kind of chains hanging about between these war machines and above these tents with these like curtains kind of dangling down, these made of like small rectangular iron plates. And they're kind of jingling in the wind. And there's lamps dangling from chains as well that are sort of, these chains are strung between the posts. And you can hear music as well. Perhaps Jean Lemore is very nice for you in particular to hear music after such a long time. This like soft lilting music and also wondrous smells that don't turn your stomach, strangely. Drift across the hot winds towards you, inviting a closer look. And as you head towards this menagerie of merchants and artisans and various misfits that are kind of walking around amongst these tents, you see this big sign that's like posted at the entrance. And all of you can understand it, and even those who can speak in different languages, you have this weird sense that you can read it in any language that you would choose to read it in. And it just says, all are welcome here. No fighting, no spellcasting, no exceptions.
Type your thumbs. Thumb ropes.
But as you approach also, Gargoyle speaks to you, Kenway, and says,
You may wish to hide me. I fear there are spies of Bell here. Perhaps perhaps of others, Sariel, Asmodeus even.
Fine. I will like put away the shield on like my back, and I will cover it with the cloak of protection as much as I can, and try to like tie it off so nothing can see the visage of Gargoth as best I can. Although if he is this item is as powerful as many people claim, I feel like that's going to fall short of a task to hide you.
At least this will help.
Alright. That's better than nothing.
And as you approach these tents, a gentleman approaches you. He looks like a gentleman in this environment. He's dressed very well. He looks like this. He looks like a human with a well-kept beard and expensive-looking clothing. Of course, a dagger in his belt. And he says, Welcome, travelers. What brings you to the Wandering Emporium? You seem to have come from the River Styx.
We have a shopping list.
Oh, excellent. I do not remember seeing you before. Have you been to the Wandering Emporium before? How did you hear about us?
You have a very wonderful word of mouth kind of going around from many people we speak to.
Ah, yes, indeed. It is good business to spread word of our doings. We try to move about as much as possible so that we can service all of the needs of those within the community. But I beg your pardon. It is very rude of me. My name is Mahadi. I am the owner of the Wandering Emporium. I take it upon myself to greet all of those who come upon this little menagerie of shops that we have here. What are your names?
What a lovely establishment you have here. It's actually quite welcoming. A nice change of pace.
Ah, yes, I've heard that before. Perhaps if you were interested in a real change of pace, you'd be interested in visiting our barber, who can give any of you a good clean and a cut for
what about the shell wax?
a reasonable price. Yes, of course, a shell wax. Why, yes, I don't see why not.
What's wrong with my shell waxes?
I don't want to rely on my.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you know what? Clean your shell.
Clean your own shell. Also, if you are hungry, I know that travelers such as yourselves may be missing wonderful tasting, wonderful smelling food. We offer such delights at my own club and restaurant, known as Infernal Rapture. He kind of indicates in the direction
Infernal Rapture.
Yes, Infernal Rapture.
Who's playing tonight at the Infernal Rapture? Let me just say, in our presence is standing JL. Very incredible.
JL! He looks at your loot. Ah, that looks like a special loot. You must be a very wonderful musician.
Yes, I'll bring out the poster that Mahkah made.
Where is that poster?
Is it in handouts?
I want to see that poster, performance poster. There you go. Ah, a eulogy of some kind.
I can play things, various things, mostly love songs.
Well, I'm sure we can find a place for you to play music at Infernal Rapture. It exists on a demiplane, you see. It has many rooms as I see fit. It can have more rooms or less rooms even. It exists technically outside of Avernus, which is why I can serve dishes that actually do not taste horrible to travelers such as yourself. But tell me, what are you doing in these parts?
Do you know of the the warlord Mad Maggie. We're kind of like on a shopping errand for her.
Why, yes. And so you come here to shop for her?
Well, it's the best place to go for shopping.
Well, we have an excellent shopping center, as I like to call it, a center of shopping. It is called Infernum Arcana. He points at another one of these tents, and he continues to describe these locations to you, and I'll give you a handout. And he's also like, and here, have a menu for Infernal Rapture.
Ooh.
If you wish to look at some of these offerings that we have. And should be able to see these. This is the Infernal Rapture menu.
Ooh.
It's in Infernal, but actually in the handout, in this handout, there's a translation I put here. Boiled quippers. Served in a port reduction. Don't ask us how we get the quivers. Roasted werebore. Actually, we've had an increase in werebore meat just recently. Very good dish. But
Deep-fried miniature giant space hamster. Seasoned with perfection and rosemary, some rhyme and tears?
May I ask, are the tears organic?
I have to learn more about the space hamsters.
organic.
I have to learn more immediately right now.
Sweet apple tart with celestial caramel drizzle.
How
love this
big is
menu.
a giant space hamster? And how big is a miniature giant space hamster?
A miniature giant space hamster, as I understand, is only about the size of a normal space hamster. Well, a normal hamster. It's hard sometimes to tell them apart until they start speaking. But don't worry, these will not speak.
I think this would be very nice for Mahking.
They only speak to your taste buds.
Oh my god. Ethel's gonna come out with pockets of fucking live hamsters from the back of the kitchen or something.
Oh.
But yes, you, where is this? Where did I put it? Where's the Wandering Emporium? Oh. Sorry, this handout here has a key of the locations that you can visit in the Wandering Emporium. He can explain all of this to you.
Ooh, war machine repair. Cool.
Anyway, I will be wandering around at the Wandering Emporium. Get it? Otherwise, I'll be at Infernal Rapture if you'd like to have a feast. For a very reasonable price, of course. Enjoy! He wanders off.
Well, I think we all know where I want to go. Magic shop, magic shop.
Yeah, let's go to magic shop.
Alright. Okay, so you can like head over to where the Infernum Arcana was said to be by Mahadi. And you're able to walk into this very large tent. And as soon as you walk in, you see a very strange sight. You see what looks kind of like a human standing there in a long black robe. But the left arm of this human is much more like a tentacle than an arm. It is a tentacle. It's kind of like, it's even like multiple tentacles. And one of this character's eyes is missing, and instead of an eye, there is a what looks like a mouth, like a shark-like mouth full of tiny teeth. And this guy also has his own mouth is exceptionally wide, and he has this long purple tongue. And he also has these very strange ears, very long ears that are like covered in feathers. He says, welcome to Infernum Arcana. What can I do for you, my traveling friends? My name is Eliak. I am a connoisseur of magic items and also of, he kind of like looks at his mutated tentacle arm, of Demonica. I experiment with this stuff.
Oh, Demonica. Do you drink it?
Oh, I have certainly drunk it many times. That would explain these wonderful arms that I have.
They are impressive arms.
Well, if you'd like some, well, I can't guarantee, but you can try some Demonica. You might just get something.
It's good to know.
you
Keep
have-
that in mind. Thank you.
A record? Yeah, do you have a record of all the results that you've gotten?
Oh, a scientist, is it? Well, yes, I
An
have.
academic.
I have extensive notes. But
Can I see them?
No, you'll steal them. What do you call it, Anna, in like when like somebody else gets like a paper out on a subject before you do?
Oh, scooped.
Scooped. I do not want to be scooped.
What if it was a collaboration?
Well, what do you have to bring to the table?
Different audience and academic prestige for the material plane, you know? So it's
A different
I just
what?
want to see that so bad, guys.
What did you say? A different what?
A different audience, like, you know? I said, I have different people who will look at it. You know, you can get an audience on the material plane.
Oh,
read
it is
all your
not
stuff?
ready. It is not ready. Whoa.
All right, I'll keep in touch.
But I can give you a look at this book. And he hands you this big tome. This is a list of all of the items that we sell here at Infernum Arcana.
Musics.
Oh.
I can't believe you're giving me another list of fun stuff, and all I want to do is buy the ones that are totally unnecessary. Ever smoking bottle? I desperately want that.
Necessary is in the eye or the mouth of the beholder. And his eye goes like.
Ooh.
Oh, perhaps some weapons and armor for you, my kind sir. He looks at Kensei Kenway.
Oh, I'm looking, trust me. I am looking. Oh, you have a gauntlet of ogre power? Shit. Oh, alright.
It's an impressive list you have here.
Thank you, thank you. What the fuck is this character? I just pulled it out of my ass.
I love it.
I knew it was mutated, but I didn't have a voice for it.
It certainly sounds mutated.
Oh, thank you. And when you ask him about the price of any of these items, this is the price that he gives you. But you, of course, get the feeling that this is a man of business. Or a creature of business. And might be open to haggling.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, plain
What are we actually looking here for, Mad Maggie? That
psychomorphic core.
You don't find it on the list.
Sorry.
Can we ask if he has a?
What is
Yeah.
that? Sounds
Guys.
interesting.
Guys, there's a planar compass. Not a plane compass, but a planar compass.
I think we should definitely get that.
How much money do we have?
All right. What was the thing we're trying to look for?
There's so many things.
I know, right?
There's like 3 that were on my list of stuff that's like
It was a
food for rogues. I was like, maybe this won't be on here. And then I'm like, fuck, it's on here.
Nice.
but it's a psychomorphic core, right? That's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the heart of a clockwork odd-drawn thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny you should say that. I had one of those. I sold it. I sold it to Mad Maggie.
Do you
A psychomorphic core, you say? She said it was a techno ball. I had never heard of such a thing. She said it's just an ornament.
do you think that you could get another one of those again?
Oh, no, it was sold to me long ago. I have not seen another one like it. Why is it so important to you?
Just that Mad Maggie, the one we were shopping for, broke it. So broke hers a while ago. So she wanted us to see if she got another one. She's trying to plan this whole big party, and that's going to be like the center attraction.
Oh,
Christmas parties.
what is Christmas? What is party?
What is this party? We don't have to throw a party for this guy. We don't have to throw a party for this guy. I mean, what surprise party?
But I think with this, seeing as we've done a shopping episode in the past, that I can just give you this list, and we can sort of, you can have a think about like what you might want, and we can do it either in between sessions or like in the next session or something like that. But we'll need to haggle. If you wish to haggle, we'll just need to do that with dice.
Mark is
Sorry,
like outboned Ethel saying, Ethel, there's a ring of mind shielding for you. It's right up your alley with your special. Hey, Mark is just really excited. He's like, Alina, they got inkwork here as well. You were talking about inkwork earlier. Like, there's so much to choose from.
I know. I only saw the one though. Did you see more than one?
It was called barrier tattoo. No, just the one, I think.
Yeah, there's one that it's like a ghost step or something.
How big is the
it's
portable
under-
hole?
I'm definitely willing to give up my cloak of elven kind for a different cloak because there's 2 cloaks that are fairly good. Well, 3, but too many choices.
Yeah, maybe we definitely have to come back. Maybe we'll break up the gold tally as well and
Have a think about it through the week.
Yeah, because we also have a shit ton of things we could also sell to increase our prices if we want as well. Also, I think we need to get rid of this because that's no longer a thing in our bag of holding.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. I want.
Had tried in a fish command.
Oh, that's a fun
Seems like
one. I want to get the belt of, what was it, Hill Giant Strength?
Okay. Oh, while wearing this belt, you'll be incredibly strong. I'll do that belt for 550 gold pieces.
Let's see. All right.
Jesus.
Yep. I have.
You have like nothing. You have like
Well,
one gold pieces.
no. But I have a shit ton of items.
5 gold pieces.
How about some? How about some trade? How do you feel about trading?
I am open to trading.
A circlet of blasting. A clockwork amulet. Because I never use that. And are we all fine with getting rid of the goggles and that? I was thinking nighttime is no longer an issue for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah.
Okay. So, Circlet of Blasting will take He's like, this item appears to be somewhat dented and old. I'll give you... I'll knock 100 gold pieces off the price.
Give it character, survivability. Why not like 125? It'll be through the ringer and came out just fine.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
Oh.
How much did you say? 125?
125.
Ooh.
Okay then. 125 it is. What was the other item?
The clockwork amulet and the goggles of night.
Oh. Clockwork amulet. I don't think I have one of those. And goggles. Goggles of night. I'll knock off another 100 gold pieces if you give me both of these items.
All right. So 125. So 225 off the item in total.
How much do you need totally off?
550 in total.
550. So
Okay.
almost we're like halfway there, honestly.
What about the armor that's in the bag of holding?
Oh, the armor?
There's like leather armor.
That's
Studded leather.
armor, yeah.
Do you?
I tossed it in there because I can't carry anything.
You don't need it anymore, do
I'm
you?
always overwhelmed. No.
Is that worth anything? This lovely studded leather. I'm sure someone would.
Is it just a basic studded leather?
Yes.
Yeah.
This old thing? No, I don't want junk like this. Well, maybe for 3 gold pieces.
All right. That's fine. How about an amulet to a very powerful creature that you're able to be under your control?
Where is this creature?
With this item, it'll tell you where it is.
He has a look at this item, kind of furrows his eyebrows, begins moving his hands around. This energy starts emanating from his hand towards this item. He's muttering these words. Although he seems to be muttering them under his breath, they kind of fill out the entire
cast
tent.
spells under here.
No spells. Oh, but I work for Mahadi. I wouldn't be a very good servant if I allowed myself to be fleeced.
I guess the no exceptions kind of like clause is very loose.
No exceptions to visitors. I am indebted to Mahdi. I would not live long if I betrayed him. If you would like to travel with us, perhaps you could also become indentured to Mahadi.
Oh, no offense to Mahadi, but we got things to do, and it's gonna be hard to do that if we're sort of like keep traveling around a single group.
Well, take care. He has ways of getting people to work for him. But, I do not think, that this item is worth very much. No, no, indeed. What was the other item you were trying to get rid of? Clockwork Amulet Goggles of Night.
There was the other one was the, which you already talked off with, was the, Circle of Blasting.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 125.
Yeah, he's not really interested in the Levistus Pendant either.
Okay.
Pretty much just magic items, really.
So, if we go off the conversion rate right now, we're at like kind of like roughly like 20 sorry, math, hoo-ha, 225 gold pieces, or 22 gold pieces because of the some other cheap item. The
322.
That's right. If everyone's all right, I can take off 22 platinum pieces, and I can pay and throw in like the 3 gold pieces for my own inventory.
Everyone good with that?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I will do that.
Are you able to keep that up to date in the bag of holding?
Yeah, I can edit it. So we're down to 22. So that would be 52 platinum pieces.
Okay, and so that's the remaining 322?
Yep.
Nice.
Or
All right. Is that what it was? I was looking at something when you said the specific amount. But yeah, 550 minus 228, so 322 remaining.
Oh yeah. I gotta throw in 10 more platinum into that. I apologize. I'm not wrong. I accidentally deducted an extra 100. So it'll be at 142 platinum pieces.
All right, for braces. Oh no, what was it again?
Belt of hill giant strength.
Nice. I will. I'll create that for you and give it to you for the next session.
Yep.
Does the revivifying bracelet require attunement to be able to use it?
Wait, hold on. Where is that? Why can't I find that belt? What the? Oh, is it not in the armory? It's in the wizardry?
Oh, good question.
Oh yeah, belt of Hill Giant Strength. Okay, sweet. So the, what was that, Ethel? The bracelet of... What was that, sorry? Ethel?
Oh, I said the revivifying bracelet, does that require attunement or not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That was Reagan's request, because it was like, what did you say? It was like a life... Oh.
I said like a life alert bracelet.
Life alert bracelet.
That's what I was saying. I was cracking myself up with that. But I was thinking we've been in some situations where we've come real close to death. And
No.
can anyone hear cast revivify?
I
didn't think so.
the only thing that I can think of is like Mahkah because of life magic, but I don't think you get revivify. I think you get something else later.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that might be worth it because it would really suck for someone to die at this point.
Do we care about the spell scroll of non-detection, the spell scroll of speak with dead? Do we want to add that to see how much more we can get for trade and stuff?
I don't know if I think it's non-detection.
Uh-huh.
Because I have a new keyboard. Can you hear how clicky it is? It's one of the cool mechanical ones. It's exciting every time I type on it.
Do we need it? Well, we can always pass without trace, right? So
Yep.
we don't really need non-detection. Speak to dead. I mean, maybe, but I can't really. Yeah.
Yeah, I
how
think
much
for
it was?
non-detection. Yeah, I think I'm good on getting rid of both of them.
Alright. Alright, so how about a spell scroll of non-detection, a spell scroll of speak with dead?
I don't know if... Yeah, spell scrolls, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think he's really buying spell scrolls, just magic items and things. Yeah. I'm sorry, we don't purchase those here.
Is there anywhere in the Wandering Emporium that would?
Spell scrolls? Not that I know of.
Okay, very good. Okay. Maybe we need to decide on some items that would really be useful.
Yeah, maybe have a think through the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can, yeah, like send me a message if you want something, and we can kind of maybe have a little group chat about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's weird because we pooled our money, so I don't want to spend anything without asking everyone.
That, that is
Yeah.
kind of like the thing.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have a think and then come back.
We can split it 5 ways as well, and I can kind of give you like a figure so you have a better idea of what you would have out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some like specific stuff too to help us, like planar compass to help us with traveling. Although I feel like we've gotten the traveling down pat, honestly.
Yeah, the
but I would
traveling
like
might
to
not matter as
if-
much now.
But if we like screw up our direction, then we go like 3 hexes. Yeah, but I guess it doesn't matter because then we can just go back.
Yeah. So what is the calculation if we just split up the platinum like evenly between the 5 of us? What are we at then? Because I feel like that might help with people deciding what to get.
Minus whatever we spent, I guess.
So that's like 28 platinum each.
Alright, so that's like 280 gold to each of us.
But is,
Plus
Calculation.
anything that you have left.
Yeah.
I would like the, I think the compass is a good idea.
Compass?
because it would still help
Yeah.
us, like in the bone bramble situation.
True.
It would be help. And what if we like lose our vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So he'll offer that to you for 500 gold pieces.
I'll like push Jean Lemore forward and be like,
Oh, so do we want to do this now, or do we want to like? I'm not sure. Like, if,
Yeah, let's have a think about it through the week.
on. Yeah.
But if you want to buy the compass now, we can do that though. We can just do it quickly. If you want to,
Okay.
Jean Lemore, if
I'd
you're
like
going
to
to try to
haggle.
persuade, yeah.
I would
give-
like to certainly persuade him with my very persuasive words.
Well, what do you say? You have to say
I
something.
say, well, look at me, man. I'm a cool guy, and you want to give me a compass. Okay, no, I don't say that. That's ridiculous. I say, we're going to buy a lot from you, and so I think, as a sign of good faith and friendliness, you should maybe give me a little discount, eh?
We'll
make it 400.
Persuasion check. 400, you say?
Oh.
I'm afraid.
It's several tongue. It's several tongue feature.
Now that I think about it, it's worth 600 gold pieces now. Still fun.
Wait. I am persuasive.
550 I'll do it for. Sorry, 450.
Okay, 450, hey? Well,
Because 12 is not that bad, actually.
Well,
450.
don't you have a separate tongue feature for?
I do,
Double
so it's,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. 16?
So it'll be, that's a 10, 21?
You know, now that you mention it, I do wish to give it to you for 400. Alright, planar compass for 400 gold pieces.
Wonderful, thank you.
Oh, and to help this out, I forgot. We had like 41 like empty soul coins. That's gonna be. That's just a platinum piece.
I think those are... Anna, you were putting those in the platinum pieces, I think, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I did put them in platinum.
Oh, you already did that. Okay. All right, never mind. I didn't know if we did that or not. My bad.
So is it okay if I take this money from the platinum pieces in the bag of holding? Okay.
Yeah, they just
Very
really
good.
are just flavored platinum pieces.
Okay.
Alright. And otherwise, was there anything else you wanted to do at the Wandering Emporium while we're here?
I like that we didn't technically get the thing that we came for.
Oh yeah, we need to get the psychomer. Can we ask around for the core? But describe it in vague terms. Or like describe it rather
A
than
little ball that's like, could be an ornament.
You can ask around. There's various indentured humans and dwegar, hobgoblins. There's even these like kind of serpent-like creatures and other beings with wings, devil-like beings hanging around. You ask several of them, but none of them, they all shake their heads. They don't specialize in those sorts of things. Any of them, really, a couple of them just advise you to go and ask at Infernum Arcana. Sounds like probably that madman's business. that Ica addict's business.
I guess we can all stop in at the Infernal Rapture to see what all the hubbub's about.
Try some real food.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
that would be nice for Mahkah.
Yeah.
So you head over to this tent where Infernal Rapture is. There's this very well-dressed, well-groomed hobgoblin standing there in a waistcoat. Says like, welcome in, welcome to Infernal Rapture. And kind of like beckons into this tent. And as you walk through this tent, he kind of pulls back these curtains. Instead of the inside of a tent, you see what looks like a great hall made of marble and stone. And there are cloths and flags everywhere and couches all over the place. Little kind of sort of clusters of people sitting in these chairs and couches and comfortable, reclining. What do you call those things? Like those, Roman, what you recline on when you're like eating, you get fed grapes by your slaves and shit. Like, whatever. Ottomans. Ottomen. And yeah, there's also, you see various species of waiters kind of running around with these big plates full of incredibly tantalizing looking food. The whole place is lit by actually these like drift globes that are kind of just floating in the air above you. There's various like impressive artworks on the wall, and Mahadi sees you come in as well and approaches you. Oh, welcome! So, you would like to try the delights of Infernal Rapture? Would you like
What
a
would you
private room,
recommend?
perhaps? Or spa services? Or simply a dining experience?
I think I'm feeling a bit like in a bit of a rush, but I would like to try the dining services.
Ah, well, a full meal costs 1 soul coin.
Go. Each person?
Yes, per person. Unlike the few food consumed elsewhere in Avernus, which is uniformly terrible, as I said, this food is incredibly delicious. It is worth a soul coin. How about... How about I do it for 2 soul coins for the whole group?
How valuable is water to you?
Not particularly valuable. We serve water here. One of the few places you can drink a lovely, cool drop of water in Avernus. But yes, it's all quite expensive, I'm afraid.
I'm okay. Maybe on the way back, I can
Ethel just turns around, leaves the building. No early bird special, out of here.
Are you sure I can't interest you in some candid face spider eyes and a raspberry liquor reduction?
No seniors discount.
A seniors discount? I'll offer a seniors discount. Sure. 8 used soul coins for a dessert.
Ethel considers sneaking to the kitchens to check in on how they cook these hamsters, and then thinks better of it.
I mean, if you want me to sneak in the kitchen and capture some hamsters, we can give it a go. Can I try
Sounds
sneaking
like a bad idea. No.
I know. We don't want to.
Okay.
We know what
I'm kidding.
I shouldn't react in a stressed out manner. If you wish to do this, you can go ahead and do it.
Lena sits down.
I was joking.
Drinks out of her water container. I'm on a water diet. I'm getting fat.
There are a lot of people around here, but you do feel like perhaps you could get a look at the kitchens. You see, like, at the end of the hall, behind this like big fancy bar, there are some like kind of swinging doors, and you see waiters kind of coming in and out of them.
We leave. We run away.
Can I disguise self as a waiter?
I don't know if you could just do. Well, yeah. How would you?
Oh yeah, I can't cast magic.
No, no magic.
Wait. My armor. I can make my armor look like anything I want. Yep. That's the thing I can do. Appearance of normal clothing or some other kind of armor. So I could. Including accessories.
Look like the. Yep.
Yeah.
You could. But should you?
Well,
I'm not casting any magic.
Question is, how delicious are these hamsters? Is that worth drawing the fire, potentially, of Mr. Wandering Emporium?
Don't they only taste good if we're in this particular building, right? Because it's a demi-plane, so we bring them out of the building or tent, and they're just immediately don't taste good.
I'm just gonna serve you guys. I'm just gonna walk in and be a server. It's fine. I'm just trying to have some fun. Poke. I haven't been back in a while. What do you want from me? Been so good.
So you don't
And
do
for
this
that,
then?
you are rewarded a hamster.
Is that yeah.
All right. So I guess you say no thanks to Mahadi, and leave the Infernal Rapture.
Next time when we actually have a lot more spending money, both figuratively and literally.
And did you want to go anywhere else in the Wandering Emporium?
Does anyone need a spellcasting focus?
No.
No.
Ethel?
No.
No.
But I do kind of want to just like walk by the soul larva shops, just to like see what they look like. Just do a casual.
Yeah.
Fun.
How much is a soul lava?
What? Are you
All
asking
right,
me?
can we pop our head? Yeah, can we pop our head into the soul lava?
Just a little peek.
Mom? I'm very curious.
You go over to this tent and you pop your head in there and you, you see this big room with like a central pole and all of these tables lining the walls of this tent with all various large jars and kind of tanks and things with these strange things in them. As you walk in there, you can see these like kind of bug-like larvae, and there's a hobgoblin in there who sees you come in, of course, and comes over. Welcome to Zeneth's lava farm. What can I do for you?
What's the best price you can give me for like a lava?
One soul coin per lava.
What? What kind of exchange is this?
Well, that's the going rate. Why?
It's just a lava. It's not even a full soul coin. This guy's full of rubbish.
What larvae are why do I even care? They're very useful in they were actually evil petitioners once, and yes, often night hags and other spellcasters use them in their experiments. But yes, it's a bit of a if you don't need them, then I don't really see why you're here. He seems very bitter. This bitter old. He's kind of a aging hobgoblin. He's got these like mutton chops. And he's dressed also like in one of these almost a sort of a waistcoat, but it's like kind of looking a little bit dusty. Marty makes me wear this.
Oh,
you know,
no.
if you're looking for soul coins, he kind of like leans in. It's like, if you could get me out of here, I'll give you all I've got. I could give you 9 soul coins for Mahdi said. What?
Like,
Did you say something?
sneak you out? Or is there something magically keeping you here?
Yes, it's unfortunately, well, Mahdi had a lot to do with some of my conquests. And, in the material plane. And, he, before I could reap the rewards, he called in this debt. And took me here to Avernus, and I've been working here in this bloody Wandering Emporium ever since. I am actually a mighty warrior. But, yes, I have a contract with Mahdi. He's actually a Rakshasa. Don't you know? But you look powerful. You look like, I don't know, who knows, you might want to take him on.
What's a Rakshasa?
Well, very powerful devil indeed. Is a Rakshasa. They kind of look like tigers, humanoid tigers, but they can disguise themselves, which is why Mahdi probably has shown himself to you as a human.
What are the terms of your contract?
I simply have to work here until Mahdi decides that my time is up.
What? That's
Yes.
a horrible contract.
I know. All of the slaves that work here are indentured to Mahdi in various
convoluted ways, or in my case, not so convoluted, really. But it was originally convoluted. I didn't really understand the full implications of what I was getting myself into, so...
Right, this is going on our to-do list. Maybe not right now. I'm like, shut the more. I'm like,
We will come back.
here.
We'll come back. Yeah.
Suit yourselves. I'll just be here, I guess. Kind of leave him moping in this room. With all these soul larvae wriggling around him. And is there anything else that you want to visit at this point? Okay. I'll say that you, just to sort of wrap it up, you begin leaving this area and heading back to your war machines. And as you're climbing in to these machines, you both Mahkah and Alina notice something. You think you hear something. It's like this buzzing sound. And it's like coming from the direction of the river. And you sort of both at the same time like look over to see what this is. And you think you can see these like little spots on the horizon. And it looks like some kind of cloud initially. No, it's just a whiff of cloud. And several of the indentured servants of Mahadi's hear this sound as well and begin kind of like ducking and taking cover and getting inside their tents. And this buzzing sound gets louder and louder. And you see like this swarm of creatures flying towards you. And they actually come straight for you. They fly over these tents and just head straight in your direction. What do you do?
What do we do if we defend ourselves? Just like start walking running towards the war machine.
You do what, sorry?
Just start running towards the war machine, just getting ready for something.
Okay. And as these creatures get closer, you get a better look at what they are. They look like these giant wasps. You've heard of Hellwasps. Lulu like warned you of them before. Basically just giant black and yellow wasps. And they're just making this incessant noise, this swarm of them fly towards you. And as you're all like getting back into these war machines, perhaps pulling out your weapons, preparing spells, and trying to duck for cover, Lulu is like kind of behind you. She's like flying after you. You begin jumping into these war machines, and she flies over to these war machines, and this swarm of Hellwasps flies directly for her. And you all watch as they just and they just grab her with their claws. And this swarm like kind of flies around in this like circular formation above the vehicles, and they then begin like flying back in the direction that they came from, and they take Lulu with them. And you can hear her going like,
No! Shut up! Give me a turn!
Help! What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
Mass hypnosis. I mean, hypnotic pattern.
Though you are able to hypnotize many of them, there are too many of them. There's probably like, I don't know, maybe about 18, 20 of these things. They, although some of them fall out of the sky, others clutch Lulu from those that are falling and continue flying away with her. But there are several of these wasps that actually fall down to the ground, and as they hit the ground, they are woken up from this stunning hypnotic pattern, and they kind of shake around a bit and then lift up back into the air again and fly off as well. But as they're flying away, you can see them flying away. What do you do?
Can I try to summon an aberration right where Lulu is in the swarm to try to also grab her? Like a full grab her and it's actively falling.
The aberration grabs her.
The sled, yeah.
Can you cast it in the air like that? I guess you can, hey? Like, why not?
Yeah, it's just technically a space, I think.
I'm just going to say for the, just to keep it quick, that although this thing appears and attempts to grab Lulu, it is kind of flying along, like holding Lulu, while this wasp is like attempting to pull Lulu. There's like all three of them are kind of flying along for a bit. The wasp is like being pulled down towards the ground, but several other wasps just fly in and start like stabbing this aberration with their barbed, with their stingers, and they kill it and still get away with Lulu.
Wait. Which way is Lulu being flown in?
On the map, Lulu is being flown like inland to the west.
Okay.
This is something weird and specific that Ethel would know. If I cast a spell, can I make it do less damage? Like, if
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I know you can do stunning damage, but only
like, I
in
know
melee
like there's
range,
non-lethal
not with a
damage
spell.
with like weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do non-lethal damage with weapons, but not at range. I don't think it works at range.
Yeah, that's like specific features for sorcerers and wizards. Like specific subclasses and abilities they have.
Oh gosh, I rolled my portent rolls again. Does anyone remember what they were? I thought I wrote them down. Okay, because I was gonna do something really silly, but I don't want to actively kill Lulu. But because if you do Mind Spike, you can always know where a creature is when you're on the same plane as them for like an day. But I didn't want to actually kill Lulu, so
Wait.
maybe
But you can message with her. Or send him
only
with her.
within like 100 feet or something like that.
Oh.
But I think I can't do that if she's being attacked by a bunch of swarms, because it would really suck if I accidentally killed Lulu.
Wait, within 100 feet?
But it would have
Is
been
it?
cool. What? No, I think I can do sending, repeatedly,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that doesn't work. I think maybe if she can't respond, like if Lulu was unconscious, I don't know if she could respond. So I was thinking, Mind Spike just always lets you know the location of someone that's on the same plane as you, which is which is crazy, but that's supposed to be if someone's like running away from you and they're your enemy, so it also does a bunch of damage. So I think I'll refrain, but...
Okay. Does anyone else have anything significant that they might try as she's being flown away?
Let's just get in the vehicles and start them up and just chase after our little friend. Maybe try to follow the sound of trumpeting blasts in the distance.
Yeah, you continue to hear her trumpet as she is flown away, and we'll leave it there as you get on your vehicles and drive in that direction.
You're kidnapping our little buddy.
No. Oh.
I wanted it to happen, but I would have if you had done something that was like undeniably like, you know, like it's definitely gonna fucking kill them, then I would have given it to you, but otherwise like hard to avoid.
Does anyone have banishment? That would be funny just to banish Lulu for a minute.
Yeah, like that would have worked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Although, counterpoint, if Lulu would have stayed there for like, I don't know what the duration is, she would have just been permanently teleported back to the celestial plane.
Well, you can drop banishment.
Well, true. It's just like
you
we accidentally
hit someone and then drop it before the minute is up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. You just like send her home.
That is actually.
Yeah, just
I'm not gonna lie. That is actually an idea that I had. If like one of our spellcasters pick up banishment, we could send ourselves home one at a time.
Yeah, I think I did that in a campaign once. We were just like, well, we have to go back to the plane that we're supposed to be on.
Can you banish yourself?
This
Though?
like 3rd level spell. I don't know if you can banish yourself. Oh,
So
really?
there'd be one
That's so
person
funny.
left. The person that casts
Yeah.
banishment would be left.
Well, yeah, but you can cast it on yourself because it just.
Oh, you
is
can
like
cast it on
instant.
yourself. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so.
I banished myself.
and it's not like you can be interrupted because you're just floating in a demiplane until finally you can just like, all right, I'm back home. I mean, Elturel's fucked at that point, but.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a way to get home.
So I guess Ethel, if you're just done with it all, you could just banish yourself there. That's okay.
Yeah, Ethel's villain arc started today.